You're going to get a full preview of area games, analysis on this matchup, and keys to a Trojan win. Now let's head to the gym for Countdown to Tip-Off right here on KINA.
We're down to the last game of the regular season, and some jockeying for position still available for sub-state standings in sub-state playoffs that start in Class 3A coming up next week. Hello and welcome in to Lyons High School. Devin Haney along with Tyler Smith. We're getting ready for the last games of the regular season featuring Southeast of Saline's Trojans and the Lyons Lions. It's a league contest here in the NCAA. Glad you could join us here on Countdown to Tip-Off. It's brought to you by L&L Advisors as we get ready for senior night here in Lyons. Southeast of Saline coming off of a good start to their week on Tuesday. They got a clean sweep and a season sweep of the Ellsworth Bearcats. On the girls' side, Shauna Smith's squad won 51-37. It was their 15th win of the year. They have a 75% winning percentage, going 15-5 so far. They're also 7-4 in a very, very tough NCAA league. Abigail Pearson led the way on senior night with 15 points. Also in double digits, Reese Heinrich and Kaya Samuelson. They each had 10 points. Samuelson, 7 of those 10 in the fourth quarter, including 4 of 4 from the free throw line. As a team, Southeast of Saline went 9 of 10 from the free throw line in the fourth quarter and shot 14 of 18 from the stripe in the game. Also chipping in scoring-wise for Southeast of Saline behind Pearson's 15 and Heinrich and Samuelson's 10 was 7 points for Reagan Duran, 4 points for Taryn Getz, 3 for Sutton Douglas, and 2 for Veda Durfee. Southeast of Saline now will turn their attention to a Lions squad here in Lyons, and they will try to ruin their senior night here and get a positive piece of momentum as they head into sub-state standings next week. Those brackets will be out sometime tomorrow. So it's 15-5, Southeast of Saline against 2-18. Lions, Lady Lions. We'll have more here on pregame. When we come back, Tyler Smith will join us, give us keys to the game. We'll also have the starting lineup for you. It's a 3-minute timeout as we get you started for Lady Trojan basketball here live from Lyons on KINA.
Are you ready to make a meaningful impact? Join our professional healthcare team at Salina Regional Health Center. We're seeking dedicated individuals who are eager to provide exceptional care to our community. Our growing organization offers competitive pay, comprehensive benefits, and opportunities for growth. We are committed to supporting you in your career. If you're ready to join a team that values compassion, teamwork, and outstanding patient care, apply at srhc.com. Great careers start here. Salina Regional Health Center. We take care of you so you can care for others.
4 walls and a roof can make a house, but a home, that's where life happens. First steps, backyard birthdays, morning coffee, sunsets on the porch. Home isn't something you buy, it's something you feel. And when it's right, you just know. For 22 years, Dan Goebel has helped people in Salina find that feeling. And now, he's here to help you. Your home is out there. Dan Goebel knows the way. Call 785-819-1904 or visit Salina Homes to find your way home.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
Visit Suburban Appliance Center to see the Whirlpool washer with 2 ways to wash. This is the 2-in-1 removable agitator. This Whirlpool washer has flexible capacity. You can take the agitator out for bulky loads or keep it in for items of smaller loads. This opens up space in the wash tub and allows you to wash bulky items like comforters with no problems. Shop at Suburban Appliance Center and get twice the washer you have at home. Suburban Appliance Center. Quality service with every purchase. Located on South 9th next to Genesis Health Clubs.
This is Jeff with Vanderbilts in Salina. We've added Tecovas to our Western boot lineup. We have some great styles in men's, the Doc, the Dusty, and the Earl. Ladies, we have the Maggie, the Jamie, the Abby, and the Annie. Tecovas, born in Texas, made by hand. There's nothing like pulling on a perfect pair of boots. After all, good times usually follow a good pair of boots.
Work boots and Vanderbilt.
The Southeast of Saline School District has a long-standing reputation for excellence. This excellence in public education has been a source of great pride and one of the factors contributing to the quality of life in our community. The Southeast of Saline Education Foundation works in partnership with the USD 306 School District and the community that it serves to maximize student potential, thereby creating a lasting legacy, not only for our children, but for our community. The Southeast of Saline Education Foundation salutes the Trojan Sports Program.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Welcome back into Lyons High School. Sounds a little bit more like a basketball game now. The Lyons High School band is tuning us up, getting us ready for a doubleheader here, Southeast of Saline basketball in Lyons here in Rice County. And boy, Tyler Smith, it just doesn't seem possible. I was talking to the Lyons radio crew earlier when I got here. We're in the last date of the regular season for Class 3A. We're in the last league games, unless you have a makeup game that you stuck somewhere tomorrow or maybe early on next week, which will be pointless as far as your sub-state standings. This is it for most small schools as far as getting your regular season rounded out. For both of these teams here tonight that'll take the floor, it'll be their 21st game of the season. Keisha opened it up this year where you could play up to 23 games. Some people did that, some people did not. 21 games for these ladies that'll hit the floor here in this game. And Southeast of Saline right now, they're just looking to keep the momentum going, right? They lost back-to-back games for the first time since the beginning of the 2020 season here just a couple of weeks ago. But since then, they have played very well, including a good outing Tuesday against Ellsworth.
Yeah, against Ellsworth, it's kind of everything that you wanted to see, from a Southeast team. We talked about how they kind of haven't gritted a game out. They haven't won a dirty game. A lot of times, their wins have been blowouts in some of those closer games. Their 5 losses have only come against 3 teams. It's Beloit, who's an extremely tough matchup, Sacred Heart, one of the top teams in 2A, and then Hillsborough, who is also one of the top teams in 2A. But it's been those close games that Coach Shauna Smith wasn't happy. They just couldn't finish a game or go grit one out. Ellsworth, the score doesn't dictate what that game was. It was a tight game. Yeah. They got down and dirty and kind of used the defense to propel them and win that basketball game. And that's the game that you kind of want to trampoline you forward and, get you going into this game, which will hopefully be a similar situation, propel you into the postseason.
I'm almost just kind of mesmerized by the top 4 teams in the NCAA this year. And I had this thought last night as I was watching the game between Ellsworth and Sacred Heart. I think if you take Beloit, Sacred Heart, Ellsworth, and Southeast of Saline girls teams and lock them into a gym for a 20-game series, I'm not sure who comes out. I'm really not. That's how close it all is. And kudos to Beloit because they're up top there. Sacred Heart is too. And then you have Southeast and Ellsworth. But, boy, it is that close right now in this league. And it's been fun this year. It's
been a lot of fun. And there's just so many different matchups that each team kind of gives you that you have to alter your team for and you have to prepare for and do. And again, like what Beloit and Sacred Heart were able to do against Southeast Saline, just a complete tip of the cap to those teams because we haven't seen Southeast lose 2 NCAA league games to the same team in years.
Yeah,
and they did it twice this year. But bad matchups because of great players on those teams, and that's what's made it fun. It means that you have to get ready, you have to prepare for every game. It's been a great preparation for what's getting ready to come.
Let's go over starting lineups here first for the Lady Lions. Salina Laura, a 5'3" junior, will get the start. She averages 2.5 points a game, also 3.5 rebounds. Hayden Linden, a 5'6" sophomore, averaging 6.5 points a game. She's also tied for the team league in rebounds at 4 rebounds a game. Diana Gonzalez, 2 points, 2 rebounds a game for the 5'4" senior. Also Greta Showalter, 4 points, 5 rebounds a game for the 5'11" junior. And 5'5" senior Kiara Davis, the leading scorer on this team, is 7 points a game and also tied for the team lead in rebounds at 4 rebounds apiece. Sierra Beloit may start. There may be kind of a nice gesture here between these two teams. She is a senior for Lyons, their leading scorer and leading rebounder when she went out with a torn ACL back in January. We'll see how that plays out here as the night starts and this game gets underway. For Southeast of Saline, under the direction of Shauna Smith in her 10th season, assisted by Steve Reedy and Kylie Holmes, they will start Reese Heinrich, 8.5 points a game, 2.5 rebounds, 2.5 assists for the 5'2" sophomore. Kaya Samuelson is also a sophomore, 5'7". She's the leading scorer on this team, also leads the team in assists and steals, 12.5 points a game, 5.5 rebounds, and 3 assists per contest. Also in the starting lineup, Reagan Duran, a 5'5" junior, 7 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists a game. Then the 2 seniors in the starting lineup, Sutton Douglas, a 5'7" senior, leads the team in rebounding at 6 rebounds a contest. also scores 6 points per game. And Abigail Pearson, a 5'7" senior, 8 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists per contest. Southeast of Saline comes in 15-5 on the season. Lyons comes in at 2-18, looking for their first league win. Your new image audio keys to success here tonight for Southeast of Saline.
It's play clean, get that defense going, all right? The defense, this is a team that can play with anybody in the state as long as the defense is going. Defense travels, we talk about that. You got to get the defense going, easy buckets, and then get into your offense. Let's see some offensive sets. Let's see you work half-court offense, see it work well. Tonight, this is a game, it's a game that as we're watching, there's just going to be different talent levels, and you got to go out and you got to take care of games like this, and just get out and play, do your thing, make sure you respect everybody, fear nobody. I'm excited to see what Southeast does tonight.
It's the second meeting between these two teams. They met back at Southeast of Saline before the Sterling tournament on January 13th, 74-22. Southeast of Saline got the victory there. This Lyons team has not won since they beat Hutchinson Trinity in day number 3 of the Sterling Invitational Tournament. Last game of the regular season. Can you believe that?
No, it just came upon us, right? It seems like it wasn't very long ago. We were sitting at Heston. We were there. We were excited, and it's just flown by. And what a ride it's been. We've seen some great things from the Southeast team. I think we've both seen things that could lead this team to a run, but we've also seen some faults, and there's some hiccups there that you got to work on. I mean, that's what I love about this team, right? We know that defense will be there. The offense sometimes is taking a lull, taking some naps. You can't take naps, from here on out. Like, it's all about getting everything going in the right direction and then going. I mean, we'll talk more about sub-state play once we get to sub-state play, but you got to always focus on what you have right now, and right now it's Lyons.
And I think, you talked about a little bit of a slump there, losing back-to-back games and just kind of going through a little slump after you put together 8 games in a row where you were victorious and won. I think you want to see what that slump and what that adversity looks like before this point in the season too, right?
Yes. I mean, you talk about when you do it and what games you have. After your 2 losses against Sacred Heart and Beloit, you then played Minneapolis, who's perennially, atop the NCAA, and then an Ellsworth team that's been just flirting with the NCAA title the last couple of years. They shared the championship with Southeast last year in the league, lost no starters from last year's team. You kind of took care of them both times you saw them. That's what you needed. That's how you needed to get going to this. This is just this is a game where now you work on your things, you work on your craft. Again, you hate to overlook anybody, but this is a game where if you get out and do what you need to do, you're going to be fine, you're going to be okay. No silly shots, work the ball around, get everybody involved, go out and take care of business tonight.
Also, a footnote, just talking before the game with our friends from Lyons, I think it's also great that we did not have any games get postponed or canceled because of we had a little adjustment there midway through the season, but we got around it and everything was good. But you've lost some games about the past 4 or 5 years going through. No games lost, no games canceled this season. I think I can safely say that now as we are getting ready to tip off here in Lyons. Reese Heinrich in the center circle as she gets ready to tip it up here. As we will start out, Southeast of Saline and Lyons, the two girls kind of laughing at each other in the center circle as Heinrich will tip it back. And Abigail Pearson will go up the floor to Sutton Douglas. Douglas makes the layup as Lyons.
Is that the most pressure Sutton Douglas has ever had?
I was going to say, man, I feel so much pressure right now for Sutton Douglas. If you're watching on video, basically Southeast of Saline yielded that to Lyons so they can give one to their leading scorer and senior Sierra Below as she goes and gets the bucket on the other end. Pressure on her as well. Again, she is heavily braced on the right leg. She was lost due to a torn ACL back in January. So it was I'll give you one if you give us one, and then we'll start the game. And that's how it's going to start here for Southeast of Saline. Also want to make a footnote in the stats that will never go away. Reese Heinrich is 1 for 1 in jump balls.
There you go. Those are stats that we will always keep. I'll tell you what, you can think many different ways about the jump ball and given – players. You used to see the way that the Lyons players reacted and this crowd reacted to Beloit hitting that. Like, she obviously means a lot to this program, a lot to this team. Like, that's fun. This is what high school sports are all about. So it took 28 seconds to get through. Now we're trying to figure out what else we're going to do. I don't know why we're not getting right back into it. But what a cool moment. I think sometimes we looking at wins and losses, forget how vital and important these moments are for people's lives, for everyone's lives. And that's a moment we're all going to remember. The Lions still has players crying. Heck, I'm tearing up a bit. I'm a crier. We've talked about this a lot before, but that was cool to see.
Sierra Below, by the way, she will continue her education and also her athletic career. She goes to McPherson. She's signed with McPherson College to play softball. And the coaches at McPherson College, from what I understand and what I've been told, have honored her scholarship and plan on having her on the team starting next year. So they could have pulled the plug. They did not. Kudos to people at McPherson College and the softball team for honoring that agreement. Southeast of Saline with the basketball. First legit offensive possession of the game. It's a 2-2 score. Kaya Samuelson has it on the right-hand side. Southeast of Saline wearing their purple jerseys trimmed in black, white numerals, and letters. Reese Heinrich drives the baseline. She got it into Pearson. Pearson stripped as she went up for the shot. Now it's going to end up with Reagan Duran, who pulls up on the right elbow, and good. Reagan Duran, that silky, smooth, athletic jumper from just inside the right elbow, and she is up for a 4-2. Here's a steal by Samuelson. Kaya in the middle of the floor. She'll kick it left to Reese. Now back around to Samuelson. Big pass down low. It's cross court. Ended up on the block with Pearson. Abba, though, was unable to get it off the backboard. And here comes Lyons back the other way. Big dribble up top. Kira Davis has it. She'll float to the right-hand side. Now stuck. Heinrich there on her. Here's a ball that goes off a couple of different hands. Ends up with Samuelson for the second time. Kaya with 2 steals here early on. And now she turns it over to Lyons. Trying to look down the floor in the middle of the paint. That was a pass that came from half court. Here's a wild shot at the backboard. That's no good. Sutton Douglas will clean up the rebound for Southeast.
Yeah, it's always fun watching Kaya in these games against the Lions. Her dad's Sos, a 2000 graduate from Lyons High School. So it's always fun to come back to this high school, look at their digital yearbook, see what Sos looked like. A lot of LA looks, gel in his hair. It's right on cue. Kaya drills the 3.
Samuelson with a tray from the right-hand side. Free throw line extended. It's 7-2. Southeast of Saline leading here. And now a steal. Reagan Duran. She can't keep it in bounds, though, before she goes out by the scorer's table. Probably upset a couple of drinks, but good hustle there by Reagan as she was trying to keep that one in bounds, but could not. Here's the first substitution. Lexi Barker, a 5'7" sophomore, comes to the scorer's table for Lyons.
And Devin, props to the PA guy right there. Like, he took care of his microphone over the Sonic drink. I mean, at some point
is more expensive,
and you can't have drinks, on the table if you're playing against Southeast, because you're going to see multiple players going in those tables. Any loose ball, they're going after, just as Duran did.
You can't order microphones during a happy hour. Here's a putback by Lexi Barker, who I just mentioned, just checked into the game.
Yeah, Barker did a good job just getting that offensive rebound again above her head. Ball never came below her chin, just went straight up with it. Good finish from Barker.
Here's a pass. Heinrich in the middle of the paint. Pearson misses off to the left. Samuelson had a portion of the rebound, but not enough. It's ripped out of there by Kira Davis. 7-4. Southeast of Saline leading by 3. Here's a pass down, low block. Scrum for the basketball. Now it's on the deck, and they're going to call a jump ball situation. It will stay here with Lyons. One thing with Lyons that we know here, Tyler, we've seen them multiple times. We saw them a couple of times playing during the Sterling tournament. This is the second meeting between them and Southeast of Saline. They're always going to be scrappy for the basketball. They're always going to play pretty good defense. Man, they just have trouble scoring times.
They do. They're scrappy. They're athletic. And I've heard Shauna Smith just talk very, very highly of Coach Cody Bowers. I mean, it's difficult. You're trying to rebuild this program. You're trying to get them, we talk about the athleticism. A lot of these girls, basketball might not be their first sport, but just getting them involved and getting them doing things. When Coach Bowers reached out to Coach Smith about the, having below get that shot, and get her 2 points, on senior night, she's like, I respect the heck out of that coach. He works his tail off. I'm going to do that.
Here's a pass that goes to the other side of the rim. Southeast of Saline can't score on that. Here comes Lyons back the other way. Here's a high pick and roll situation to fit in nicely there. Samuelson got her hand in the passing lane and comes away with her third steal. Kaya now dribbles off of her foot and out of bounds, and it'll go back to Lyons. So that's the second time Kaya has gotten a steal but given it back to the Lyons. That's 2 turnovers now for Southeast of Saline.
Kaya did everything right there. I think that ball definitely went off of Lyons. Again, what I like about Kaya right there, she didn't like the call. She didn't agree with it. You didn't see any of that from her body language. She just came back and unfortunately was subbed out on that. It wasn't because of that play, but didn't show any body language, negative or positive, because of that call.
Here's a lob pass to the other side. Goes into the hands of Taylor Baxter. Taylor also a wrestler here at Lyons High School. as Lyons is able to score. A little give and go ends up with Diana Gonzalez. Her first 2 of the game. 3 different Lions have scored here. And now Abigail Pearson wide open underneath the basket. A long pass finds her. Abba gets her first 2. 4 different SES players have scored in this game.
And I think tonight you're going to see the wealth spread very well, and that's what's going to happen if defense works well. All of a sudden, you're going to see a lot of easy buckets.
Taryn gets with a steal on the layup. Taryn knocked it down, put it off the window right on cue. That was good timing by Taryn Getz.
Yeah, and Getz just being able to catch the basketball without a dribble or anything, just go up with that right foot, go off with the left hand. Good finish from the sophomore Getz.
Now Lyons dribbles out of bounds. Good pressure over there by Heinrich. 6 turnovers now for the Lions. Charlotte Knopf comes into the game. So it's Getz, Knopf fresh into the game. They're joining Duran, Heinrich, and Pearson on the floor. Southeast leads it by 5. There's a little give and go, back and forth. Pearson to Duran. Tried to go back to Knopf, and that ball low. Charlotte couldn't handle it. Here comes Lyons back the other way. Taylor Baxter with it. Baxter had it low, tried to play it out, and it's going to be stolen away. Reagan Durant. Durant looking cross-court to Heinrich. Heinrich goes to the cup against the defender and lays it up and in. Nice break there. Charlotte Knopf also in on the mix.
And how about the English on the ball off the top of the rim from Heinrich? Difficult angle, just goes up, pops right in. Good job from Heinrich with the finish.
Here's a trap at half court. Lyons gets out of it. Southeast of Saline leading by 7. 13-6 our score. 2:49 left to go first quarter. Samuelson invaded Durfee at the scorer's table, waiting on the next whistle, and it is right there. So Samuelson will return. Durfee will come in for the first time.
Do you put English on a basketball if you're not?
Oh, they called a foul there.
If you're not in America. If you don't speak English, is it
yes.
Still English on the basketball?
Yep. I've also heard the term Spanish used, like on a pool table from time to time.
There you go. Just things that cross my mind. It's too early to be thinking those things. I apologize. Let's get back to the game. That foul's on Pearson.
Yes, and that was a play underneath the basket. Looked like maybe the ball was kicked out of bounds, but somehow Abbott ends up with the foul. First foul of the game thus far. 2:42 left to go. Here's a shot up, no good. Knopf had the rebound tipped from behind. Lions will keep it now. A 15-foot jumper that is up and good by Greta Showalter. 4 different Lions in the scoring column. They continue to hang around here. Southeast of Saline leads it by 5. High post entry to Durfee. Durfee tried to dribble. She was in a crowd. It gets knocked out of bounds. It will stay with Southeast of Saline.
And just patience and change of pace from Durfee. Durfee just wants to go, and that's a lot of that freshman mentality. Just slow down a little bit, let everything go by you, and then go to work.
Here's an opposite corner entry pass. Taryn Getz rings the bell. 5 points early on for Taryn.
And how good is that to see, right? We've seen Getz have some off nights shooting, in tough games. Good defense coming back, shooting that ball away from Kaya. But you get Getz rolling. I mean, Getz is somebody that we've seen just – she can burst out for double-digit games, and that's something as you get ready for the postseason, you've got to have that sharpshooter, honed in and, that scope ready to go.
It's one of those fine-tuning things, right, that Taryn provides. It's like, what are we missing as we get ready for playoffs? It's Taryn Getz getting about 10, 11 a game. That's what you're missing right now. She has not been able to score those points for whatever reasons the last few nights out. But you have an off night, maybe an early foul trouble for one of your starters. You put Taryn in, all of a sudden she hits a couple of threes. Game looks different.
Well, and I think a lot of that is the second time you played teams, right? Like, Getz only as a sophomore. It was the first time that she got a lot of RC minutes against, some of the top league teams. So that first time around, she lit them up. That second time around, scouting report was a little bit different. We're not going to let this girl breathe without somebody knowing. The old Jimmy Chitwood from Hoosiers, I want you to know what, the flavor bubblegum he's chewing, and that's what the defenses are doing to her. You get into the postseason, you see the ball turned over from Lions. You get into the postseason, all of a sudden those scouting reports are going to be a little bit different. Maybe Taryn gets a little bit more wiggle room, gets a little bit more breathing room to get shots off.
Great point. 16-8 our score. Southeast of Saline leading. 1:47 left to go here in the opening quarter. Here's Getz. She's going to try another one left-hand side. There it is. Taryn Getz, 8 points in the first quarter. Did I say 10 a game? It might be 10 and a quarter, as Taryn already has 8. There's Baxter now in traffic for Lions, and she's going to airmail one out of bounds. It's the 9th turnover for Lions here in this first period as Southeast of Saline's defense continues to do a good job at the full court. They're going to get it back.
We talk about, off-platform, unstructured plays right there. Heinrich wasn't supposed to be the deep one back, but she saw that nobody else was back. So she sprints back, all of a sudden creates just a difficult pass. That turnover was created by Heinrich. She's not going to steal for it. She's not going to stat for it, but it's her defense coming back that created that.
Here's Durfee inside. Goes down the middle of the paint, tries to kiss it off the window. That's no good. Rebound being fought for. It is Getz along with Lara, and the arrow will keep it with Southeast of Saline.
Yeah, and that's the patience that Durfee needs to have right there. She did a good job, just misses the shot as she goes in. But again, lets the defense kind of flow. They're going, she's athletic enough to take the ball at people, just misses that bunny.
Durfee on the floor, saving a ball that's a 50-50 ball there. Southeast mishandled it to begin with. Now she'll play it out to Samuelson. Kaya gets in the paint, steps through, off the window and good. Kaya Samuelson with a nifty move for two.
We've said this for 2 years now. I don't think anybody uses their two steps better than Kaya Samuelson. Good stop. She comes nice and clean, then still has that additional step to take, gets herself slices through the defense for the finish.
Inside a minute left to go, 21-8. Southeast of Saline leads it by a baker's dozen. Here's the Lion now in trouble. Durfee comes out, takes the ball. Her and Douglas coming down the floor, but it's going to be taken back by Lyons. Kira Davis saves it for the Lions. And now a foul on Taryn Getz as she came in. Thought she got a clean block, but 3 free throws coming up here for Lyons. It'll be Hayden Linden with 3 free throws. Taryn was just trying to get back in position that time, tried to knock the ball away. I don't even know if she knew the shot was going up.
I don't think she did either, but that's one of those, Getz, if you're not in that position, you see that ball out, just fly in front of it, especially if you see it. Again, I don't think she knew that the three-point shot was going up, but Linden goes up with it. Probably going to be a foul called if you see that kind of motion. It looked like a foul. Unfortunately, Linden's to the free throw line for 3.
Linden made the first, missed the second, looking for the tiebreaker now. 33 seconds left to play. For some reason, not using the shot clock tonight. There is a shot clock in this gym, but we are not using it tonight. There will be no shot clock in the postseason for Class 3A. So maybe we're just getting used to what's going to happen next week. Missed the third free throw. The hustle for the rebound, saved by Sutton Douglas. Now the ball's loose, and Pearson rips it away from the Lions team. Here comes Abba up the floor, all the way to the free throw line. She'll kick it out Duran, right-hand side. Reagan with a big ball fake. Now she'll curl a bounce pass to Getz in the corner. Here's Douglas down low, trying to reverse it in traffic, and she is fouled. Sutton Douglas will go to the free throw line after the first foul against the Lions.
And Evan, how about Douglas right there, understanding she had multiple players just all over her, like grabbing and pulling. No angle to actually finish the bucket, but she knows if she goes up strong enough, she's going to get a foul called, against Lyons. Great job from Sutton, just understanding what the defense was doing. Knocks down the first free throw, which is huge for Sutton. Let's start seeing a lot of these free throws go in because she can create a lot of free throw opportunities.
Got them both. Sutton has 4. 23-9. Full court pressure, still 14 seconds left to go, and Lyons loses it out of bounds for the 10th time here in the first quarter. That'll leave Southeast of Saline 14 seconds to practice some of these last-second shots we love so much. Here's Getz. She's going to shoot it early with 11 left on the clock. That's no good. Offensive rebound by Reagan Durant. She'll kick it out. Now Samuelson on the left-hand side. Clock down to 4. Clock down to 3. Somebody's going to have to pull the trigger quick. It's off the deck. Pearson won't be able to get it off as she was tied up. And Southeast of Saline comes away empty on that last possession. But they lead it by 14 at the end of the first quarter. 23-9 is our score. Radio broadcast on KINA and live stream video on SalinaPost.com tonight. It is presented by LilyPad Septic Service and Portable Restrooms.
Frisbee Construction is a service organization for the commercial grain industry dedicated to giving you the best in planning, the best in quality, and the best of workmanship and overall the best value for your dollar since 1949. Frisbee Construction specializes in new construction as well as remodel and repair of grain handling facilities throughout the Midwest. Frisbee Construction Company in Gypsum has emergency crews available as needed. For more information, go to frisbeeinc.com.
It's natural to think that insurance is complicated, but at Farmers Agency, we know a thing or two about helping to make it easier by explaining your available coverage options. And with over 25 years of experience in insurance, we can help you through the process step by step. Call Kniper Agency at 825-8419 to learn more today.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
We are farmers. Bum, ba, bum, bum. You're listening to Southeast Trojan Hoops on KINA.
Welcome back to Lyons High School broadcast tonight and live stream video free of charge on SalinaPost.com. Brought to you by our friends at LilyPad Septic Service, serving not only Salina area but also all the way down to the Lyons area. Out of Hutchinson's office, LilyPad Septic Service and Portable Restrooms. I want to thank Cole and Callie and Weston settling in with the new one, I'm sure, and they're always a proud supporter of Southeast of Saline Athletics. Here's a half-court trap now by Southeast of Saline to start the second quarter, and a steal by Reese Heinrich. Reese will take it away as Southeast of Saline leads by 14. Up the floor to Samuelson. Deep post entry to Douglas. It gets knocked away. Now Pearson will pick it up. Now over to Duran. She'll drive baseline. Gets chipped almost to the baseline out of bounds, but Duran somehow walks the tightrope and scores.
Yeah, Duran with 4 points, so far, and both of them just come off her absolute explosion. I mean, the vertical, she's just higher than everybody else.
Here's another takeaway by Samuelson, and it ends up with Abba Pearson on the right-hand side scoring. That was a pretty mid-range jumper once again by Pearson. We saw Abba with a clinic on that against Ellsworth Tuesday night.
Yeah, Pearson, she knows where her spot is, and she can get there and she can have contact. She had another turnover from Lyons caused by that Southeast defense. And this is what, unfortunately for Lyons, they're going to see a lot tonight. They're going to see a lot of different defenses being played. Because, again, both teams are tuning up for the postseason. They're trying to do different things. You're going to see Southeast, throw a lot of different defenses at you just to work on things, get ready for what's coming up next.
Heinrich will start it out on the offense here. 2-3 zone being applied by Lyons. Lyons wearing some nifty alternate jerseys tonight with a pink body on their tops. And then that Lions blue the rest of the way on their shorts and their sleeves. Duran has it after a miss by Southeast of Saline. Samuelson brought it out of the crowd. And now a ball that was intended for Douglas down low, kicked, and it will go to Southeast of Saline to inbound on the baseline.
I like the pink, but the coaching brain in my head is like, how much more money is that coming out of our accounts? I just get so nervous
it's the budget,
about stuff
right?
like that. Yes.
Here's Duran off the inbounds. Her three is too strong, no good. A fight for the rebound, and they alternate possession will be called here between Douglas and Kiera Davis. And the arrow will keep it with Southeast of Saline.
I'll tell you what, I love that call. That's a call. It looked like Douglas could have been called for a foul. She did nothing wrong. She just tied up the basketball. Brian Bankston, one of the best in the business, whether it's during the fall, during football season, or on the hardwood during basketball. Boom!
Oh, my.
He does
Sutton
a great job.
Douglas just took two power dribbles. It wasn't even really classified as a drive, maybe a short drive. It wasn't a Sunday drive by any means, but she took two power dribbles, got between two defenders, was able to kiss it off the window, and she was fouled.
Maybe not a Sunday drive, but she made it look easy, like a Sunday morning.
There you go. First free throw up and no good. There's Lyons with a long pass down the floor, and somehow Hayden Linden had it stick to her fingers, saved it from going out of bounds, and was able to score.
Devin, that's a great catch from Linden. I mean, she extends above and beyond. It looked like fingertip catch, but then to have the ability to bring that ball back in and finish, great job from Linden.
Here's a ball for Southeast that goes off the rim, up over the basket, and out of bounds. So it'll go back into the hands of the Lions, Lady Lions. 29-11, our score. Full court pressure once again by Southeast. Lions dribbling through it. Here's a three-pointer blocked, and then a rebounding foul will be called on Lions as Reese Heinrich had position for the rebound. And a foul will be called here on Kiera Davis.
Again, it's just Heinrich's nose for the basketball. Just a dog play right there. Just understanding that's where the shot's going to go. She comes from the front part of that press, busts her tail all the way back, grabs that defensive rebound, and draws the foul.
5:57 left to go here, second quarter. Samuelson with the left-hand side. They swing it around through Pearson, out of Heinrich on the right. Reese is going to take a couple of dribbles towards the baseline. Now back out up top to Durant. Some guard motion right now going on with Douglas along the baseline. Pearson goes backdoor pass to Douglas. Sutton lost the basketball. Samuelson's going to save it. That's about the fourth ball that Kaya has saved from going out of bounds. It ends up with Reagan Durant, who nails the 18-footer with her heels on the line.
And Durant's showing her versatility. We talked about her first two buckets just exploding up over everybody right there, just nice and settled set shot.
Here's Heinrich with a steal. And immediately Reese grabbed the ball, went into the defender, scored, and was fouled. That is a great turnaround move. You talk about quick change from defense to offense. Reese Heinrich right there.
And Heinrich just showing her strength, right? If you don't have the size in the paint to score, what you do is you throw your body and you create the space. Exactly what Heinrich did. Draws that contact as well. Strong finish from Reese Heinrich.
How many guards, 5'2", 5'7", 5'11", Tyler, would take that steal and dribble it out and set up the offense? Reese had there was no thought there. It was all
You're
instinct.
exactly right. Yeah, and love that. Love her just throwing the body in, going up, just great instincts. I mean, that's a winner type mentality, winning type play from Reese Heinrich.
34-11 as Heinrich makes the free throw. Southeast of Saline 3 of 4 from the free throw line here in the early going. 5:22 left to go here, second quarter. 34-11 is the score. Full court pressure once again. Here's a ball deflected. Lyons, though, has it into the hands of Taylor Baxter. Here's a runaway layup that is off the backboard, too hard, no good. Taryn gets back on defense for Southeast of Saline. Now a ball on the floor, tied up between Baxter and Pearson, and it will stay here with Lyons. I'm not sure Pearson wants that smoke, because I said Baxter, a wrestler. This is probably going to be her last basketball game, I was told. Maybe just guessing a little bit, as she has some postseason wrestling to take care of, from what I understand.
Devin, I'll disagree. I think Abba always wants the smoke.
Okay.
I think we could insert. I think Coach Braden Long at Southeast Saline wouldn't mind have Abba on his wrestling team. I mean, Abba just can do everything, can't she?
Here's a near deflection. At first got started by Pearson, and then Taryn Getz had a chance to take it away, but Taryn ran in to Baxter that time, and a foul will be called on Taryn Getz. That is her second foul.
And that's one of those textbook calls that, you want to see. Getz goes in with her left hand, which means the body's going to make that collision. You go with your right hand, you keep that left hand free, you keep your body away from the offensive player. It's a good call from the officials. Getz, again, that's a hustle play. She's called for the foul. Go with the right hand. You might give yourself a little bit more room.
Here's the handoff to Salina Laura up top. Now she'll go back to Diana Gonzalez. As those two play dribble guard weave up top. Now Duran has it. Now Reagan will be fouled. So Reagan Duran took it away and then fouled. Fourth team foul on Lyons.
And by the way, talking about the smoke, all in jest, we're all going to play this. I'll tell you what I don't want is the smoke from either one of those two. I mean, just two players that play their tails off. They're going at each other, in a very clean and, under the rule type way. But it's fun. I mean, that's what makes this Lions team different from Lions teams we've seen in years past. They're going to go after loose balls. They're not going to let them slide around. They're going to get their bodies on the floor as well for them.
And that's one thing you're going to get in this game, right? It's a lesson of taking care of the ball, and it's also a good drill for 50-50 balls, because you're going to get their best out of that. Low post entry. Charlotte Knafu's into the game. She hits a streaking Reagan Durant down the left-hand side of the lane, and Reagan will be fouled and go to the free throw line.
Yeah, love that aggression from Durant. As soon as she catches the basketball, she's going to the rack. But it all started, Knopf gets that ball in the short corner. There's no indecision with Knopf. She knew exactly where the ball needed to go. Gets it to Durant for the opportunity to score.
First free throw shot by Reagan Durant is up and good. She has 7 in the game, 5 in this quarter. Reagan's second free throw, also in the bank. Veda Durfee will check in. She'll replace Abigail Pearson. 5:23 left to go here in the second. Keep it tuned to her halftime. We'll recap the first half scoring for you. We'll also have a conversation with Francis Flax. We'll get a preview of the guys' game and also talk more about the win against Ellsworth on Tuesday nights coming up at the half. Lions with the basketball. 25-point lead for Southeast of Saline. Lions trying to get it in down low. It's going to be tipped, taken away by Charlotte Knopf, but she could not keep it in bounds. An exaggerated look on Charlotte's face as she was awarded the ball here to Lyons. She thought she did enough to keep it for Southeast, and Lyons was out of bounds, but the official did not see it that way.
Yeah, good job from Knopf with Silva. Silva is just a stronger body, just created that space, but I thought Knopf did a good enough job right there. Now you're seeing, I like to see this at Knopf, just a little bit of fire in her.
Here's a turnover now, maybe created by a little of that defense by Charlotte Knopfer, and Samuelson creating a bad pass on the up top side of Lions offense, and it's going to be a turnover back to Southeast of Saline.
And again, these games, it's kind of easy to go away from yourself offensively. Sometimes you have players that just look to score. You don't see that with Southeast, but one thing you don't see is anything change defensively.
Entry pass to Knopf. She'll kick it out to Duran. Duran will make her way to the left elbow. Jumper won't go. High rebound taken in by Durfee. She'll save it for SES. Back out to Samuelson. Kaya now will work it around, ends up back inside high post to Knopf. She'll kick it back out here to Reese Heinrich for a 3. Rimming in and out, no good. Fight for the rebound taken by Samuelson. Kaya all the way to the cup. Her drive won't go down. Another rebound by Durfee, and Veda scores. Veda just jerked that ball out of the air and was able to put it back in off the window.
She did. That's the explosion the sophomore can give you. You see Heinrich with a quick steal, goes right up. Oh, just misses the layup. Another offensive board for Samuelson.
Southeast has it back. Here's Duran with the top of the key 3. That's off the mark.
Durfee,
another rebound. Boy, Vader right now finding her niche inside. Heinrich tried to get her the ball. It's going to be poked away and taken away by Lyons.
Yeah, I love the idea from Heinrich. Just a split second too late. I think we all saw it a little bit early. So did Heinrich. She didn't have a grip on the basketball. See right there. That's what Heinrich. That's what Knopf can do right there. Just getting that top side. She gets around Silva. The length of Knopf makes it such a tough entry pass. Just a great sequence right there from Southeast.
So Lyons will turn it over. Southeast of Saline will have it back. Couple of substitutions. It will remain Heinrich and Duran in the game, along with Durfee, now joined by Taryn Getz and Eliana Smith. 38-11, our score. High post entry, Smith. Down to the baseline now, Durfee. Step back, baseline shot, won't go down. And here comes Lyons out of the pack with it. Greta Showalter down the right-hand side of the lane, runs right into Heinrich. Heinrich playing straight up, gets the stop. Now Getz back the other way. Does not have numbers, 2-on-4 break. She'll go into the paint to Smith, now to Durfee. And that pass, it's a little too close. Spacing was poor there, and it goes off of Veda Durfee's hands and out of bounds.
Yeah, great idea. You're exactly right. Just a little bit. And maybe, two players that haven't seen the court together a lot, at the same time, like the idea. Just either the pass got to be soft, you got to know that pass is coming, but great idea from Eliana Smith.
2:09 left to go. Here's a drive by Lyons, and a layup attempt won't go over the top of Heinrich. They're going to whistle Reese for a foul here. And for Reese Heinrich, that is her first foul of the night.
Yeah, it's tough. But what you saw is Salina Lar just continue to attack the rim, and it looked like Reese had a good, good positioning, good space. Nevertheless, called for the foul with the body, and Lara gets herself to the free throw line.
First free throw is up and no good. First foul, as I said, on Heinrich. It is just the second team foul for Southeast of Saline. Lexi Barker back into the game for Lyons. Second free throw missing. Smith with the rebound. Duran has it on the right. She's going to drive all the way to the cup, and nobody's stopping her there. And Reagan Duran continues her big second quarter of play.
Yeah, give Duran credit for the bucket, but Durfee does a great job of sealing the post player for Lyons. She couldn't get through her. It's almost like it's a block. It's almost like thinking, you see a guard pulling right there, and you saw Reagan Duran take it to the bucket.
And here's Eliana Smith with a big rebound on the defensive end. Now she'll go the other way and shoot free throws. A couple of free throws coming up here for the senior.
Yeah, big rebound. Baxter comes around on that backside, grabs the arm, but again, it's Smith grabbing that ball, going up and rewarded with 2 shots at the free throw line.
40-11 our score. Eliana Smith steps to the line. First free throw is up, and it's right through the net. Eliana Smith becomes the 8th Southeast player to score in this first half. Second free throw on the way, a little bit short, and it will go back to Lyons. .139 left to go here, first half. Lyons with the basketball. Dinah Gonzalez has it, guarded up top by Smith. Now a big screen. They'll switch that one off, though. Durfee will take the basketball. Now back to Laura. She's looking for help now. Smith all over her. Boy, that lineup out there right now for Southeast, they are long-armed, aren't they?
They really are. There's not a single one of them that have just super lengthy right there.
We're not courtside, but we're 2 rows off of it, and you can just see the passing lanes or lack thereof with all those long arms out there right now for Southeast of Saline. This is a lineup that you're like, boy, this could be trouble.
And just extremely athletic, all 5 of them.
There's a drive and a pass inside of the paint for Lyons, and a double dribble call on the violation. Traveling will give it back to Southeast of Saline. 72 seconds left to go here in the first half.
So now we have freshman Daly Brown running the point, and it's always, I love moments like this, like who's going to take the leadership. There's not a lot of minutes, a lot of, people haven't played a lot of minutes out there. We see a great pass, short corner, Smith to Durfee. It's a good finish, senior to freshman right there.
Eliana to Veda that time, and she is able to score. Veda Durfee with a couple of buckets here in the second quarter. Now a steal by Reagan Durant. Reagan will bring it up the floor herself. 43 seconds left to play. Big crossover up top, now to Brown. Brown, free throw line to Durfee. 15-foot turnaround is no good. Rebound taken and brought out by Showalter. Greta Showalter in the middle of the floor. all the way to Eliana Smith. Eliana there gets the stop. Durfee gets the rebound in joint effort along with Showalter, and the Arrow will keep it here with Lyons.
It's fun to see Reagan Duran in this situation, right? We've seen her play the post. We've seen her play the perimeter, kind of with this set right here as Duran comes out. Obviously, Shauna Smith didn't know we were going to talk about this. It's nice to see her run the point as well. Like, she can do so many things. Like with these swing players that can play so many different spots. Reagan Duran is exactly that type of player.
Layla Lund in for Reagan Duran, and just what we talked about, that lineup, more long arms, and you get a 5-second call.
You take Reagan Duran out and bring Layla London. Again, just long levers, long arms, tall, athletic. It's just, that's what's on the bench right now for Southeast.
You talk about a tailor-made lineup to do a 1-3-1 half-court trap, man. I think this is it for Southeast right now. 12 seconds left to go. Daly Brown has it up between the circles, center of the floor. Take a couple of dribbles to her right. Now they'll swing it around. Lund has it now over the top. Taryn Getz, she'll fire the three, and she got the three. Taryn Getz, a big first half as she drains the three going into the locker room at halftime, and Southeast of Saline will lead 46-11 here at the break. 23 points in each quarter. Big thing, though, that Southeast of Saline defense in the second quarter only gave up 2 points. 46-11 is our score. When we come back here on the Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories Halftime Report, we will talk with Francis Flax. Also recap the first half. Check the area scoreboard. Lady Trojans lead it at the break, 46-11 here on KINA.
Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knopf Auto is the and soil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knopf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
And the second free throw is good. The Trojans have called timeout to make some important decisions.
Hi, fans. It's Winnell Garrettson from Salina Homes. In every game, there are lots of options to make the right play. And in real estate, the plays can be challenging. Whether you're a first-time buyer, upsizing for the family, investing in rentals or commercial property, or selling land, I have the knowledge to help you win your real estate game. It's sure to be a slam dunk when I serve as your realtor. Buy or sell, call Winnell.
This is the Trojan Halftime Report. Coming up, a first half recap. Shot at the horn. Stats, interviews, and a look at other area games. Now, let's get back to the gym for Trojan Halftime on KINA.
Back here at Lyons, Devin Haney along with Tyler Smith as we are at halftime of the girls contest. 46-11 is our score. Getting ready to talk to Francis Flax, head coach of the Southeast Trojan boys. And now we're on.
Now we're on.
You just got to jiggle some things around and move some plugs here and there. Coach, a big win for you on Tuesday night, 58-41 over the Ellsworth guys. And, boy, this is a good game all the way around for you. You mentioned the word after the game, a team effort. And this is probably everybody chipping in and really the best well-rounded game that you've had in quite some time, especially in the second half of the season since the Sterling tournament. What are your thoughts when you look back on this game and the win against Ellsworth on Tuesday?
Well, basically just what you said. I mean, we played the most complete game we've played all year round, both offensively and defensively. And, we hit some shots. And that's pretty darn important in this game. I like the way they responded after our loss to Minneapolis.
Yeah.
We came out and decided, it's almost over. And, we've had, even though we've had some illness, we've had some hellacious practices this week. So
yeah.
I'm really excited the way they focused in, hopefully that'll carry over into tonight's game.
Making shots makes basketball a lot easier, doesn't it? But one thing that I just noticed about this game, and you talked about it after the game too in post-game, was on the defensive end of the floor, rebounding was so good for you. Ellsworth had a tough night shooting the basketball. I don't think there's any secret about that. But you didn't let them keep shooting the basketball. You were able to get the rebound and complete that defensive sequence.
Yeah, that was key. And, it wasn't just Adam rebounding. We had a lot of guys rebound.
Yeah.
But when it was up there, Adam went to get it too. So my hat's off to him because he we were talking about on the bus ride down here. When the ball was going off the backboard the other night or off the rim, there would be 3 or 4 guys jumping for the rebound, and it seemed like Adam was a 1.5 feet ahead above everybody else grabbing it. And of course then we were getting outlet passes and getting the ball down the court. So but rebounding was key, and it's going to be key tonight.
Another big thing I thought, I just kind of went back and watched portions of this game. I thought you were more comfortable in transition, going from defense to offense, and making sure guys had spacing, making sure you were making the proper passes, not trying to force anything.
Right.
Again, this is a game you only had 5 turnovers in, but also, too, making the transition from offense to defense. When something didn't go your way on offense, you were still back in good position, preventing them from getting good shots.
And we have to be really good at that tonight, because watching Lyons film, when the shot goes up by us, they're sending the guy out.
Yeah.
So we worked on that yesterday, tried to make sure we had somebody that when the shot went up, they were going back, because the Lions will leak out on us and try to score, without us being there.
I'm impressed by this Lions team. I think you are too. We've seen them not only in the first meeting, but we saw them play some games at the Sterling tournament this year. They come out, they compete. It was an overtime game when you first met them at Southeast of Saline earlier in the season. What'd you take from that first game that you can possibly use here tonight?
Well, we hung in there. We could have folded in that game, but when it got tight, we persevered and did a lot of smart things. Not necessarily we didn't do it; they weren't easy for us, but we did a lot of smart things that enabled us to hold on and beat them. And it was a 1 or 2 point game, but technically they scored at the buzzer. 3-pointer, I think, at the buzzer.
Yep.
So. They're going to be a tough ball club. We know that. They're two-headed monsters, what they are.
Yep. What do you want to see most from your guys tonight? It's the last game of the regular season. It's time to get tuned up. What do you want to see most?
Well, we want to see execution because they'll play zone and man-to-man both.
Okay.
And we're ready for that, but we have to execute. If we execute against their zone defense, we're going to be really good tonight and make them go man. That's what our hope is.
Okay, best of luck to you. We'll talk to you after the
Thank
game.
you.
Francis Flax, head coach of the Southeast of Saline Trojans. His guys tonight here in Lyons to take on the Lyons Lions. Halftime of the girls contest, 46-11 is our score. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll go over numbers from the first half for you, get you ready for third quarter action. This is a 2-minute timeout as we go through halftime, brought to you by Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories here on KINA.
When the time comes to honor a life, Hire Scott Mortuary in Salina is here with care, compassion, and guidance every step of the way. Celebrate memories, cherish family, and find comfort in tradition. Hire Scott Mortuary, celebrating life, embracing legacy.
During the winter months, we all rack up a lot of miles, especially following the SES basketball and wrestling teams. Isaacson Truckline is a proud supporter of the Southeast Trojans and wants to remind everyone to be safe on the roads this season. For local and long-haul service of freight and livestock, call Isaacson Truckline.
Can-Equip's annual twine and net wrap sales event is on now. Save with preseason pricing on genuine C&H twine for round balers and square balers, small or large. Choose from a variety of proven net wrap like Armor Net, Legacy, Bale Keeper, American Net, and Varsity Net. Maximum length and maximum strength for the performance you expect. See your parts professional for select rebates and ordering at Can-Equip in Solomon.
Mary Maids in Salina offers house cleaning services you can see and feel. Your home is more than just a house. It's where memories are made and moments are cherished. Though life can be complicated, house cleaning shouldn't be. Mary Maids strives to take the stress out of your day so you can live your life your way. With more than 40 years experience and an advanced time-tested cleaning process, they can help you reclaim time with your loved ones. Find Mary Maids on Facebook or check out their website at marymaids.com.
Is your car running?
Yep, I got a remote start from New Image Audio. I can start my car from the office no problem. And if I'm really far away, I can use my phone to lock, unlock, and even start it. And the remote tells me that it started, so I know it's warming up.
That is amazing. Wait, is my seat warm?
Sure is. I had them put heated seats in, too.
And I suppose these WeatherTech floor mats and phone holder came from them, too, huh?
They sure did.
Stay warm and cozy while you drive this winter, courtesy of New Image Audio. Stop by 340 South Broadway or call 785-309-1617 to ask for details.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Back here at Lyons High School, Devin Haney along with Tyler Smith as we are just about ready for third quarter action. Let's go over scoring from that first half for you. Leading the way right now of all scorers, Taryn Getz. She had 8 points in the first quarter. She hits halftime with 11. The other player in double digits with 8 points in the second quarter is Reagan Durant. She has 10 points for Southeast of Saline. Also, 5 points for Reese Heinrich, 5 points for Kaya Samuelson, 6 points for Sutton Douglas, 4 points for Veda Durfee, 4 points for Abigail Pearson, and a single free throw for Eliana Smith. For Lyons, 3 points for Haley Linden, and then 2 points all for Diana Gonzalez, Greta Showalter, Sierra Belote, and Lexi Barker. Southeast of Saline, 8 from the free throw line. Lyons, 1 out of 5. Southeast of Saline had 2 turnovers in each quarter for a total of 4 turnovers at halftime. Lyons with 19 turnovers here at the break. 46-11, our halftime score. And really, I think going over that, Tyler, the thing I am impressed with the most, knowing how Lyons plays, and you made the comment of staying within your offense and what you are here to do. Southeast of Saline only has 4 turnovers.
Yeah, nobody's trying to do too much, right? You're staying in the flow of the offense. You're staying in the structure of the defense. Those are always things you have to worry about when you're playing games like this, where you know if you get things going, you can go off and do your own things. To me, that means you're a really well-coached team, and you have players that are, that have bought in. I'll tell you what, my high school days, if I'm ahead in a game like this, I'm getting rid of the structure. I'm looking to get shots up, trying to get as many buckets as I can. You don't see that with the Trojans. I mean, they're looking for they're always working on their craft. That's what's going to take this team, to continue them playing and continue to improve. You have to look at every Tuesday and Friday night as a time that you can improve. You're seeing Southeast do that tonight.
Southeast will start out with the basketball. Let's see what the Lady Trojans have up their sleeve from halftime. Samuelson has it right now. She goes down short corner. Douglas across the paint to Pearson, who's quickly double-teamed. Abbott will put it right back outside. Now to Pearson coming across the paint. Try to go back to Douglas, and that ball slapped out of there. That Lions zone in the paint is pretty darn tough. Here's Pearson now. She'll go down low to Douglas on the right-hand side of the basket. That ball off the rim, then off of Kaya Samuelson, maybe it looked like, and out of bounds as Kaya slaps her hands together and retreats back on defense.
Well, I think everything we said about players not looking just to get their own, Abbott just had right there. And we saw 2 entry passes, inside. When she could have easily gone up for, contested shots, she instead went for the extra pass, working on those things, working the difficult angles.
Here's a ball that goes out of bounds.
Well, I think that's an unfortunate call against the Lions right there. It looked like that ball went off Duran, and Duran's smile can't hide it. I think that ball definitely went off
back of the left leg, didn't it?
And nobody saw it other than us.
I mean, we're close enough to the court here. We can actually have these talks now.
Yes, we can.
And we will. Here's Heinrich up top, trying to force it in there to Samuelson, who was down on the block. And again, that Lions zone defense pretty darn tough there on the inside of that zone. They take it away again. 5th turnover for Southeast of Saline. Here's a three-pointer that is up and good by Diana Gonzalez. And it's the first three-pointer of the game for Lyons. Southeast down the floor. Around the perimeter they go. Samuelson trying to equalize it. Off to the left, no good. Duran has it. Now back out to Heinrich. Reese, a bounce pass back over to Samuelson on the right. Kaya testing the waters on the right-hand side of the floor. Now back to Heinrich up top. Now to Duran. Samuelson now inside the paint to Pearson high post. She'll play it out to Durant. Good patience here by Southeast on this offensive possession. Samuelson open for 3 on the kick out from Pearson, and it's good. Kaya Samuelson, her second tray of the night. She has 8.
And you can tell there's an emphasis on getting the ball into the elbow, going to the short corner, bouncing back and forth. But Kaya right there with a big 3. You still got to keep your gas. You're the pedal to the metal right there. You see another bucket right there from Lyons. But offensively, you get open shots, you got to go attack.
Salina Lara, her first basket of the game. 49-16. Now a foul called as Reagan Duran is fouled by Kira Davis. And for Davis, that is her 3rd.
And I think when we talk about players not going out and getting theirs, we know that there's 5 just absolute killers on the court. Like, they're not going to play basketball just to play basketball. Like, they want to go attack. That's what makes them so successful. So it's difficult in situations like this when you're working on a craft, you're working on a skill, you're working on something, you're working on getting entry passes to elbows, to short corners. You still have to be in attack mode when you have the basketball.
Heinrich has it. She'll play it off to Samuelson. Now Pearson, who's open from 3.
There you go.
Abba, catch and shoot drill is good. Abigail Pearson with 7.
And just, again, it's just the flow of getting that defense to work laterally side to side. Abba's wide open, squirts the ball away, almost had a steal.
Lions, though, they keep it. 5:20 left to go here in the third. Here's a spin move down low by Gonzalez. She'll play it out, stolen away by Samuelson. Here comes Kaya back the other way. Goes across the paint. Duran goes back across the paint from left to right, and she is fouled going to the rim. Tried to maybe get that little running baby hook on the right-hand side. Her arm was grabbed. She will go to the free throw line for 2.
Yeah, and just good instincts from Samuelson. She had an early on pass, and I don't think Reagan was in a good enough position to catch that basketball. Just one more dribble gives Reagan a little bit more space. Kaya makes that strong pass. Duran, great catch, and goes up on the reverse side and draws the foul.
Reagan Duran with 11 points so far in this game. Sutton Douglas comes out. Charlotte Knopf back into the game. Second free throw attempt by Duran, also good. Reagan here in this game, 4 of 4 from the free throw line. She has 12 points.
And you've seen that in the last 5 games. The free throw percentage just improves so dramatically for Southeast, which, again, is something you've got to do. That was one of their bugaboos early on in the season. It's the one thing they weren't doing well. They were rebounding well. They were, not turning the ball over. They're creating turnovers. They weren't shooting free throws well. Anytime you can start doing that, the free throw line doesn't change despite the game you're playing in.
Reagan Duran just outjumped everyone in the gym for that rebound and then got out of a trap. Up the floor to Pearson. Three-pointer on the way. Send it to the scorebook. Abigail Pearson with 2 3-pointers in the third.
And again, it's Samuelson coming down on the opposite wing. She had a wide open 3 as well. She saw that Pearson might have just a little bit more room. Dishes that ball to the senior who just drains it, nothing but net.
This Southeast defense is not relaxing for the Lions to play offense here on their end. 4:15 left to play. Here's a hand now, near steal by Charlotte Knopf, and they're going to get Charlotte with a foul. That was just a run by 4 different players, 2 from each team for the basketball, and a Lions player fell down. Charlotte Knopf will get the foul.
I think Knopf, the only way she could put on the brakes was just putting her hands out right there, created the foul. You don't mind that foul at all. That's just a hustle foul from Knopf. Anytime she's that far away from the bucket going after a loose ball, you got to love to see it.
As they would say in poker, she was pot committed.
she was
could not get away from that one. I love it though. And those are fouls you don't mind, right? That's why you have 5 fouls in my view.
Exactly.
Here's a shot put up by Lyons. That's no good. Taryn gets with the rebound. She's back into the game along with Veda Durfee. Durfee and Knopf will operate the paint here. Kick out to Getz. One dribble to the right. Her 3-pointer on the way is no good. Rebound by Samuelson. How many 50-50 balls, and maybe even worse odds than that, has Kaya got her hands on and saved tonight?
Yeah, she just has the nose for the basketball at all times, especially tonight. You see those loose balls bouncing around off the rim. There's a shot from Getz. It hits the floor. If that ball's going to hit the floor, you know that there's going to be purple around it, and it's usually Samuelson.
57-16, more substitutions. Here comes Daly Brown. She will check back into the game and join Samuelson, Getz, Durfee, and Knopf. Kaya to the left. Now short corner to Knopf. She might have had a heel on the baseline, or she was pushed there. They're going to say she stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, and you saw that. Nobody else saw that. You and the official. But, yes, look at that.
I'm down here.
Just right here. Gosh darn. Great call. But, yeah, just right there, just more of a crisper line as opposed to making that arc as she's coming across the baseline. You got to make that straight movement across the baseline. Make sure you stay out of bounds. You got to make sure you stay in bounds while you're making that cut.
3:29 left to go. Here's a 3-pointer put up by Lyons. That's no good. Another rebound by Kaya Samuelson. Samuelson head up, looking up the floor as she takes on a Lyons defender. Now goes behind her back, plays it to the middle of the floor to Brown. Now to Getz on the left. Here's high-low entry down to Durfee. Bumped as she shot. Could not get that basket to go down. And now a foul. Nope. Alternate possession will be called. Arrow will give it to Lyons.
And Veda right there. Good catch from Knopf. Knopf does such a fantastic job. Veda's got to go up with the left hand right there.
Yep.
She can't go with the right hand. No angle. Goes up the left. It's an easy bucket for. We don't have, rebounding stats going as we're going, but Samuelson's got to be. Well, I could employ my first grade daughter as she's trying to keep, score over here. but Samuelson's got to be getting close to a double-double. And, the amount of assists she also has, things could be getting, kind of fun to see, what these stats run into.
Yeah, and with Durfee, I thought the same thing. Boy, she goes with the left hand. That's probably an and one. She probably gets the basket and the foul, but that's us being picky on the freshman, too.
Yes.
We're watching her develop. We're getting a little greedy there with her, but that is something that she is capable of. We've seen her do it in the JV games, and it needs to become a reaction here on this floor.
Well, it most certainly does, especially with the amount of time that she will possibly see, in the postseason. We talk about the attributes that she brings. She just has a different wiggle to her, different athletic, kind of makeup that she can do different things down low than the other post players can. But that's something you've got to clean up.
There's a drive on the left-hand baseline by Kira Davis, and a block up high for Charlotte Knopf, but they call a foul here on Charlotte. You just get games every now and then where you feel like you're a foul magnet. I think that's probably what Charlotte Knopf's going through right now. That's her second foul here in this game. Thought she had the block up top, but it's going to be free throw opportunities coming up for Jalen Silva.
Yeah, and what Silva did right there, we talked about it with Heinrich's layup earlier on in the game. Silva just used her strong body right there to create that space. Knopf just kind of comes over, is going to get called for the foul. Unfortunate foul against Knopf, but it's a great job from Silva to create that foul.
2:31 left to go. Silva made the first free throw. Second free throw coming up. It is on its way, and it is also good. 2 of 2 at the free throw line for Jalen Silva off the bench. She's a 5'7 junior. Daley Brown has it now on the right wing. Back over to Taryn Getz. That's going to be stolen away. Up the floor, Hannah Guerrero. Her layup is missed. And now a rebounding foul. They're going to call a rebounding foul. Called on Southeast of Saline. Taryn Getz got that one.
Yeah, Getz just caught in no man's land right there, right? She's trying to defend transition play, then tries to get the rebound, goes in with the body. It's called for her third foul of the night.
Timeout, Lions, 2:20 left to go. Here in this third quarter, 57-18 is our score. It's a full timeout. We'll take it as well. Southeast of Saline Trojan basketball presented tonight by Lily Pad Septic Service.
Are you looking to upgrade your home with high-quality flooring and appliances? Look no further than Salina Appliance and Flooring. We're your one-stop shop for all your home improvement needs. We offer a wide selection of flooring and appliance options. Visit our showroom today located at 740 North 9th or our website at salinaappliance.com.
The Appliance Center, your local, trustworthy, and family-owned appliance dealer, providing sales, service, and parts for Salina and the surrounding area since 1980. The Appliance Center, just north of Ace Hardware on Broadway in the red and white building. Stop in today and experience the Appliance Center difference.
Whether on the field, court, or in the operating room, experience matters. A coach loves an experienced team just like a patient values an experienced doctor. Salina Ortho has ABOS board-certified physicians with over 40 years of orthopedic service. If you need help staying active or just want to discuss options regarding the newest techniques and services and specialties that Salina Ortho provides, see one of our trusted physicians or visit salinaortho.com. Salina Ortho, your voice, your choice, past, present, and future.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
High inbounds there to come out on the timeout by Lyons. And a shot up that's no good. A rebound, though, is up and good. That one's putting back into the bucket by Hayden Linden.
Yeah, Linden, I've seen that multiple times with her buckets. Just catching the ball high, it never comes back down low. She just exploded up. Good offensive rebound and finish.
Eliana Smith back into the game. Daley Brown had the ball poked away, gets it back, plays it to Veda Durfee. Veda now looking. She passes left-hand side to Getz. Now down along the baseline, Charlotte Knopf. Here's a three-pointer by Taryn. That one angled off to the right, but Daley Brown on the backside ran it down before it went out of bounds. Far corner. Here's Smith. High-low entry. That ball just had too much juice on it. Down low to Knopf, and Southeast of Saline turns it over for the fourth time in the quarter.
Yeah, it did. Again, idea was correct. Execution just a little bit off. I mean, that pass has got to be just, a couple inches more into Knopf's body. It's a tough catch for her to reach out right there, but I like the idea right there from Smith to Knopf.
57-20. Southeast of Saline back now on defense. A minute and a half left to go here in the third. There's a drive and a floater that is put up. Maybe a pass. I don't know. Either way, the shot off of that is no good, and now Southeast of Saline will turn it over in transition. Daley Brown just got caught in traffic that time and shuffled her feet before the dribble went down.
Yeah, Davis just did a good job maintaining her position. No contact at all, but all of a sudden Brown had nowhere to go, and Daley just shuffles the feet. Good defensive play from Davis.
I like to call that the boogeyman defense. Just turn around, and all of a sudden she's there.
Boo!
Yeah. 1:13 left to go. Here's a drive in traffic and a takeaway by Veda Durfee. Durfee able to get it away after a strip by one of the Southeast of Saline defenders. Here's Getz on the kick out for 3, and she got another one. Taryn now with 14 points.
No, when Taryn gets everything set up, it's just beautiful, right? She knew it. We knew it as soon as she let that ball go.
There's a three-pointer overshot by Lyons. Durfee with another rebound, and now she will be fouled underneath the basket. Selena Laura coming in and fouling her. Veda just gathering up some rebounds here. Her rebound number is probably going to be pretty high at the end of this game.
She is, and how about that strength? Just to continue, she was trying to make that outlet pass. She knew it wasn't going to happen, but she just continued to fight through, understanding the contact was there, and draws the foul on Laura.
45 seconds left to go. High post to Eliana Smith. She turned around, tried to dish it off to Charlotte Knopf, and now a jump ball situation as Knopf trying to save it. It will stay here with Southeast of Saline. And just talk a little bit more about Veda. She's not getting more athletic as the season goes on. She's not jumping higher. She's getting more comfortable, right? She's settling in at the varsity level.
Without a doubt. You talk about the junior high season, especially with a player of, her athletic ability. You talk about a junior high season that she just came from last year. She can do it all. She can play all 5 positions. Now she's just starting to learn how to play, with more strength and, against players that also have an athletic ability as her. And you see right there, she drives baseline, the ball's tied up. That stuff she'll learn how to do. The great thing about it is she's been able to slowly step into this. She hasn't been thrown into this position. I mean, Durfee's still got a big postseason ahead of her, but watch out for Durfee just exploding next season and beyond.
24 seconds left to go. Here's Lyons on a long 3. That ball took a weird bounce off the rim and went out of bounds in the far corner over here the near corner by Lyons bench. And that'll give Southeast of Saline time to run one of their set plays to close out the third quarter. 14 seconds left to go. Daly Brown comes across. It's a run and jump defense. She's double teamed. Got the basketball tipped away. She saves it though and plays it to Taryn Getz. Now in the corner, Charlotte Knopf. Now she's dealing with a defender. Now over to Daly Brown. Brown tried to get it through a defender, and she will be fouled with 2.2 seconds remaining.
And that's a great foul from Davis. I mean, Southeast is just, they're throwing the ball around, but everything was getting set up time-wise to get into that. We saw Getz coming on the baseline for an open 3. I say it's a great foul, but they're going to say it's the 5th.
Their scores table saying they're shooting, but they don't have it to reflect that on the scoreboard,
which is difficult for everybody.
For Kiera Davis, by the way, that was her 4th foul.
So take everything I just said and take it back.
Not a good foul.
Can we somehow delete that? Yes, Daly Brown, good job just holding on to the basketball, getting herself to the free throw
Brian
line.
Dennett will clip that and remove it from the broadcast. Here's Daly Brown at the free throw line. First free throw is up and good. She is in the books now. Second free throw from the freshman off the front of the rim, no good, and the ball tipped out of bounds. And now finally the clock starts, and that will be it for the third quarter. 61-20 at the end of 3. Southeast of Saline's fourth quarter is coming up. The Lady Trojans lead it big here in Lyons, and it's presented by Lily Pad Septic Service and Portable Restrooms.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
Hi, this is Angela Gephardt from the Bank of Tuscan, and I'm still cheering on SES Trojans. Just like a great basketball team, we're here to assist, pass, and score big with you with our lineup of winning banking products. Whether you're looking to save with our traditional high-yield savings account, earn with Kasasa-free checkings, or secure your future with competitive loan options, we've got the tools to help you slam dunk your financial goals. Stop by one of our branches or visit Bank of Tuscan to learn more. The Bank of Tuscan, member FDIC.
You're listening to Southeast Trojan Hoops on KINA.
Welcome back to Lyons. Devin Haney, Tyler Smith, Brian Dennett providing live stream video tonight. You can watch live or free on demand on YouTube with Salina Post. Might want to go ahead and hit that subscribe button too. It helps us out a ton. It also alerts you whenever we have a broadcast on Salina Post. Postseason coming up, you will never know where we will be. So hit that subscribe button, help us out a little bit, and also get yourself alerted whenever there is a broadcast coming on throughout Sub-State and the state season. Back here in Lyons, Southeast of Saline will open the fourth quarter with a Kaya Samuelson 3. That's off the heel, no good. And Lyons with the rebound. Southeast of Saline back on defense, leading 61-20.
And we see the starters come back on the court, and this is tough, right? Like we talk about them being assassins and killers at all times. They've started each quarter. They come back out, and you see good defense from Southeast, created turnover on Lyons. But again, you want to get just a couple minutes of run right here again from your starters. Just get everything, make sure you're fine-tuned. I think they've done their job. Coach Smith just wants to see a couple more things, and you'll see them come off.
We are in a running clock situation here with a 30-plus point rule here in the fourth quarter, so it'll be a short quarter. And let's talk about that a little bit too, Tyler, because you're in a situation here. You're in a 41-point game right now. You are going to sit now a week before you start sub-state, and more than likely, as you said, you want to respect all and fear none. But more than likely, your game next week in the first round of sub-state will not be that much of a challenge either. You're going a long amount of time here without being pushed.
Correct. And we talk about the value of Tuesdays and Friday nights. I mean, that's when you get better. You can practice against yourself all you want, but nothing beats, just being out here, game-like competition, game-like going through. You're not going through motions when you're in the game. I have a feeling Coach Smith, coach teams are never going through the motions, or else you're probably going to be doing something you don't like to do. But you just can't beat playing against somebody else. So you got to stay fine-tuned. You're probably going to see a zone again on Friday, which is why you want to see this team, see how they execute against the zone.
Sutton Douglas dribbling underneath the basket in a double team, tried to get herself some space to score, and they called her for traveling.
Yeah, really difficult travel call when the ball's still on the floor. But again, those are things you got to work against. And you can see right now, Samuelson and Heinrich are talking to each other, working on their zone as well. Again, you're working defensively and offensively, always perfecting the craft.
5:55 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Here's a shot from the right-hand side by Lyons. That's no good. Rebounded by Sutton Douglas. Here comes Abigail Pearson up the floor. Pearson crosses over, works her way back to the middle from the right-hand side. Looks off, Douglas to the right, now back to Samuelson on the left. Heinrich has it in her hands. Now back to Reagan Duran. Bounce pass back to Heinrich. Quick twitch inside to Pearson. Heinrich wide open for three. Top of the key, rims off no good. Samuelson chases down the rebound. Kaya back inside, draws the foul, step to the free throw line.
And I made that comment about Kaya getting close to that double-double. I think rebounds were there. We need a couple of buckets to get their point-wise.
She might be there on rebounds and steals, to be honest with you, the way she started this game. She's not there on points yet, although right there on that free throw gets her 9. It's just one of those, I don't want to call it like a classic Kaya Samuelson game, but it's what she does, right? It doesn't matter the points that she scores. She fills up the stat book. There are other lines that need to be filled, and she does that on a night-to-night basis, and now she has double-digit scoring as she makes both free throws.
Well, just everything she does defensively, her and Heinrich and Duran just on the perimeter defense, they create so many, easy steals down low because of the pressure they're putting on and the way they do it. They don't commit fouls while they're doing it. They just play defense the right way with their feet and their bodies. They keep their hands out of it, and it creates a lot of advantageous opportunities for your defensive post players.
4.5 minutes left to go here in this one, 63-20. Here's another long three-pointer by Lyons. No good. Long rebound scooped up there by Southeast of Saline.
J.L. Vaughn with a big defensive rebound right there. Good job from Vaughn just grabbing that board up high and giving the ball back to Southeast.
Vaughn on the right-hand side goes inside for a shot that is up and no good. That from Hannah Teal. And now a foul called underneath on Lyons that will go against Kara Davis, and that is her 5th foul.
Again, right there, Davis just in an unfortunate spot. Pearson did a good job creating that spot. Davis just continued to work her tail off. She's worked super hard tonight. Just a good player, worked her butt off. Gets called for her 5th foul, just caught by Pearson, just out-crafting her right there.
Here's Veda Durfee off the inbound. 16-footer up for her, no good. Rebound battle down low. It's going to be out of bounds and kept here on offense with Southeast of Saline. There's a long pass that was thrown to a Lions player that I'm not sure knew what was going on there, and it ends up being a steal for her. And now a foul call that will send Diana Gonzalez to the free throw line. I don't know if Gonzalez was trying to come out of the game or what, but she was standing in front of the scorer's table.
That might be the greatest defensive play I've seen. I mean, just kind of hide a defender back there, right? Get that lob up there. Regardless, attacks the rim. Durfee gets called for a tough foul.
And Gonzalez makes both free throws. So you nearly explained all that without laughing, and I don't know how, because
the lob pass comes in over Durfee. Durfee
tough.
didn't expect anybody to be behind her. Davis was there. Or Gonzalez, my fault.
There's a ball that's taken away inside by Lyons, and they come away with it back the other way. 2:29 left to go. Here's an 18-footer that is off the backboard and good by Taylor Baxter. Her first basket of the game.
And Baxter goes tall off the glass right there from 18 feet to drain that.
Here's Vaughn with it. Now to the right to Lund. Go to Durfee inside. And boy, anytime Southeast gets that ball in, they are smothered. And they get called with a traveling violation. 10 turnovers in the second half here against Southeast of Saline. Durfee and Layla Lund will check out of the game.
And Evan, you're exactly right. When you catch the ball either at the elbow or at the short corner, you've got to understand where that ball is going immediately. If you put that ball on the deck, all of a sudden you're going to have defenders all over you. He's done a great job at that. You saw earlier in the game that ball stays high. You kick it. You have no time to put the ball on the floor. If you do, there's going to be Lions all over you. A pride of them, if you will.
I will, yes. Here's a shot put up. That's no good by Lyons. They get their own rebound, though. Taryn gets in there fighting for the board, and she is going to have it, but tied up by a Lions player. And it will stay here via the arrow as Layla Lund will check back in. She will take Taryn Getz to the bench this time for a break.
And again, love seeing Getz get on the floor. We talk about just her aggression offensively and defensively. You love to see that with a minute left in a 40-point game. 39. Math is poor. I apologize, but she's still just getting down and dirty on the court.
Inside a minute left to go. Lions will have it underneath their own basket. There's a three-pointer from the corner. That's no good. And the rebound being
Aaliyah Barnaby right there, just getting that ball on the baseline. Good job with the rebound.
Barnaby fires it off to the right-hand side to Lund. Now back around here to Jael Vaughn. She'll drive and pull up for a shot. That's no good. Fight for the basketball underneath is won by Lions. Now poked out of bounds, but it'll stay with Lions as clock continues to run. 30 seconds left to go. Keep it here in postgame. We'll go over scoring for you. Also have a Vernon Jewelers gym of the game. After the regular season finale here for Southeast of Saline and the Lady Lions. There's another three-pointer that Lions had. Miss, goes out of bounds. It will stay here with Lions. 5 seconds left to go. Clock running. And that will be the end of the game. 63-24 is our score. Southeast of Saline goes 2-0 this week. They move to 16-5 on the season. Now 8-4 in league play. Lions will drop their record to 2-19. They are 0-12 in the NCAA. We'll throw all the numbers together. When we come back, we'll have a recap of stats for you on this one. We'll also have a Vernon Jewelers gym of the game and talk more about this one as we put the cap on it. 63-24, our score. Southeast of Saline victorious here on the girls' side in Lions. Postgame is next, and it's brought to you by Commercial Tire.
Winter travel can be treacherous if your tires are worn out. Stay safe with an inspection at Commercial Tire Company. Cold weather also drops the inflation in your tires. Get them checked today to avoid losing grip or damaging your tires. Commercial Tire will help keep you safe. For repairs that aren't tire-related, our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th, Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
February is the month of love, and at Vernon Jewelers in Salina, we've been helping families mark life's milestones for generations. Right now, we have items up to 30% off with gifts starting under $100. From diamond jewelry and watches to custom designs and expert repairs, our experienced team is here to help. Follow Vernon Jewelers on Facebook and Instagram for daily specials and look for the iconic downtown sign, serving you for 142 years because we're not old, we're just really good at what we do.
Time now for the Trojan postgame show on KINA. Stick around for the game recap, final stats, and reaction from the coach. This is Trojan basketball on KINA.
Back here at Lyons High School, Devin Haney along with Tyler Smith as we are in postgame, brought to you by Commercial Tire Center. 63-24, our final score. Southeast of Saline gets the victory. I'll tell you what, this was one of those games, you just go through the first half. Southeast of Saline gets off to a quick start. Their defense, their 50-50 balls, and I know that's been a focus of Southeast of Saline after they go through the two games against Beloit and Sacred Heart. I know Coach Smith told me that 50-50 balls were a battle that they need to win night in and night out. She didn't feel like that they were doing that as well as what they needed to do. And just down the stretch here of these last few games, tonight here against Lyons, also against Ellsworth and Minneapolis last week, they've done a really good job at the 50-50 battle. And there's not a lot of loose balls out there that they're not going to have a chance to get. And I think that's important as they go on.
Yeah, it's ugly, right?
Yep.
You want to get those ugly balls. You want to make sure that those are yours. You alluded to it earlier in the game. You're talking like Samuelson's going after balls that the percentages are nowhere near where, in her favor to get. But she's ripping the ball away. She's getting it. Every single ball that's not possessed is your ball to possess. And that's the way you have to play, especially as you continue to move forward. Again, we'll talk more about, this postseason run, the potential that everything's going to happen and the matchups that might happen. But you've got to make sure you win basketball games by having more possessions, more opportunities at the bucket. You do that. That's why you play great defense. But every loose ball you got to make sure is your loose ball to create more offensive opportunities.
You're in a spot right now where you come out of this game, and now you wait and see, right? You have a pretty good idea where you're going to end up. You know you're going to be at home starting sub-state, and it's a setup, again, this year where the higher seed in Class 3A will host the first two rounds. So if you're Southeast of Saline right now, you will host the first two rounds. As you start to look forward to sub-state, then that gets you, if you get two victories in the first two rounds, you end up and you go to Haven to play in a sub-state championship. That's ultimately the goal right now, as you kind of shorten this window. You just played 21 games. Now you're working in a 3-game window, right?
Yes.
Then you get through that. You kind of see what happens after that. But right now, your focus is to get that bracket in your hands tomorrow. Keisha should have the brackets out on their website tomorrow morning. They say by 10 o'clock most of the time. But you're waiting on that bracket right now. So now it's like you're going the ride home. You're looking at standings. You're seeing scores from tonight. You're seeing where we're at. We've talked about it already, Tyler. You have the defending state champion who is still undefeated in Halstead in the number one spot. If you can avoid them at sub-state, you want to. So you want to be in that 2 or 3 seed. As it looks right now, and as you and I interpret it, that's where Southeast of Saline's going to land, especially with this victory here tonight.
Yeah, I think this cements them in at least a 3. You again have to look at what's happening with the other teams. And I think at the end of the day, it doesn't matter when you play people. However, you always want to play a team like Halstead as late in the season as you possibly can. They've shown their worth. That game against Little River last night was absolute magic. We could do a whole show on just what Little River's done. I mean, tip of the cap to everything, the Coach Rolfe and, how he takes his team, and he will take on all comers any single place he can, a 1A school. But Halstead, I thought last night just showed so many great things. They showed why they're one of only 2 undefeated teams, I believe, in the state of Kansas, them and Wichita Heights, and I might be wrong in saying that, but I know Halstead is undefeated. They are everything they're worth. 3A basketball, absolute monster. We can talk about classes all you want, but 3A basketball is extremely tough to get into. It's tough to make a run, and I think this team from Southeast is kind of built for a run.
If you haven't paid a lot of attention to Halstead, we'll just fill you in a little bit about them. They are the undefeated state champions from Class 3A a year ago. Their winning streak now is something like 27 games, something like that. They got hot towards the end of the season last year and went through state. They were able to win it. Has the season they not put together, though? They have played teams like Wichita East, I believe, who is
Little River.
Yeah. Little River. They played Little River, but they play anybody. They don't really care. But have they not put together a 2024 Kansas City Chiefs season where they come through? They're the defending champion. And they barely win on some nights. They've barely beaten Hillsboro. They've barely beaten Heston. They barely won the other night again. And you're like, well, they're barely winning, but there's a big old 0 in their loss column right now. You can't fault them for what they've done because all they've done is won.
Yeah, well, you go back to last year. They were volleyball state champs, and they rolled that over to a basketball state championship. Like you said, they got hot, and they started rolling. They haven't lost a basketball game this year. And, yes, you look at their scores, and they're not always super impressive. I was listening to the telecast last night on YouTube. Just a great job from Halstead putting that production together. But they've had to come back in games. And, they beat teams, familiar opponents of Southeast and beat them by 2, beat them by 3, like close games. But you come out on top. And you're exactly right. It's just like those Chiefs runs, we've seen. It doesn't matter how you look as long as, you have 1 or 2 more points than the other team. That's a win. Just a tip of the cap to Halstead. And that's why you want to avoid a team like that. They have the history. They're the defending state champs. You want to try to avoid them if you can. It looks like Southeast has done enough to avoid them, at least in a sub-state matchup.
When you look at the big picture of postseason play, and of course it starts with sub-state. If you're lucky enough to get through that, then it goes to state. How much has the NCAA and the competition that has happened this year on the girls' side prepared Southeast of Saline, and not only Southeast, but also Sacred Heart, Beloit? You also look at Ellsworth. How much better are those teams prepared for postseason than what they may have been in the past?
Yeah, you can't overemphasize just how difficult this NCAA has been this season. I mean, again, Ellsworth, we talked about this during the Ellsworth Southeast game. And those were two teams, if we were gambling in Vegas, those would have been your the betting odds would have been one of those two teams to win it. They finished 3rd and 4th in the league. What Beloit and Sacred Heart have done this season has been awesome. And it's just everyone, the tide has risen. You're seeing these 4 teams play at such a high clip. They've just kind of knocked each other off left and right. And, more so Beloit and Sacred Heart knocking off, Ellsworth and Southeast. All 4 of these teams, and I still have a lot of trust in what Ellsworth can do in a postseason run, but Beloit and Sacred Heart have established themselves that they can make big-time runs. They're different teams. They're tough matchups for anybody, but I think Southeast can do that as well. They can be super tough, a super tough matchup. Again, Southeast 5 losses have been against 3 teams. You're talking about Hillsboro, Beloit, and Sacred Heart. 5 losses against 3 teams. You won't see another one of those teams. You won't see a Hillsboro or Sacred Heart, both in a different class. The only time you would see a Beloit would be in a state tournament if both teams are fortunate enough to play themselves there.
Little extended post game here because they are having senior night here at Lyons High School. So we're just taking our time. We're just talking Lady Trojan basketball, one of our favorite subjects. We'll take another break. When we come back, we'll go over scoring from this game and also any scores of interest from across the area. Here's a 3-minute timeouts and post game after a Lady Trojan victory presented by Commercial Tire Centers.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
At AJ Honey Farms, the honey is just the beginning. From raw honey and wax melts to happy bee balm and beekeeping gear, they've got everything buzzing with local flavor. Whether you're soothing a sore throat, starting your own hive, or gifting something sweet to a loved one, AJ Honey Farms brings the bees and the kind of sweetness only they can bottle.
This is Alan from AJ Honey Farms right here at 901 North 9th Street in Salina, Kansas. We truly appreciate your continued support. Thank you for choosing local.
Lily Pad Septic.
Oh, hi. I've got a big night planned for Valentine's Day. Candles, dinner, string quartet, and I'm proposing.
Aw, that's amazing.
Yeah, unless this septic smell ruins it. There's a funk in the yard.
Ugh, you're right to call. Cole.
I'm on it, Callie.
The freakishly fast rock.
Hello, sir. Love is in the air, but so is sulfur.
I was going to pop the question on Valentine's Day.
She'd remember it, but just not for the right reasons. I'll jump in and see what's going on.
Cole asked me out for the first time on Valentine's Day.
Well, I hope my proposal goes as well as Cole's did.
Your tank's full, sir, and your drain field's squishy. She deserves a sparkling ring and a clean tank. I've got to tell Callie.
Come home safe, Flush.
If you need a flush in a rush, call Lily Pad Septic.
Lily Pad Septic. Thank you both. Wish me luck.
Callie, give me a kiss.
So you can turn back into Cole?
Nope, because I love you.
Hi, this is Angela Gephardt from the Bank of Tuscan, and I'm still cheering on SES Trojans. Just like a great basketball team, we're here to assist, pass, and score big with you with our lineup of winning banking products. Whether you're looking to save with our traditional high-yield savings account, earn with Kasasa-free checkings, or secure your future with competitive loan options, we've got the tools to help you slam dunk your financial goals. Stop by one of our branches or visit Bank of Tuscan to learn more. The Bank of Tuscan, member FDIC.
At Maury Clinic Sports Medicine, we are available when you need us most. I'm Dr. Andrew Westbrook, and I am the sports medicine physician at Maury Clinic. I see patients of all ages and help them come back stronger than ever. From broken bones to joint pain, my team and I are committed to help you do more. For those with sports injuries, come see us at our sports medicine walk-in clinic Monday and Thursday mornings from 8 to 9 a.m. Prevent, recover, and strengthen so you can perform your best. Maury Clinic Sports Medicine. Make your move with confidence.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Back here in postgame after a Southeast of Saline Lady Trojan victory. 63-24 our score. Southeast of Saline scoring for you looks like this from tonight. The leading scorer in the entire game was Taryn Getz. 14 points tonight for Taryn. Also 12 points for Reagan Duran. 10 points for Abba Pearson.
Seniors and parents.
6 points for Sutton Douglas.
Please go to the
10 points for Kaya Samuelson. I skipped right over Kaya, sorry. Double digits, 10 points for her. 6 points for Sutton Douglas. 5 points for Reese Heinrich. 4 points for Veda Durfee. And a single free throw for Eliana Smith and also Daly Brown. For the Lyons tonight, they were led in scoring. 7 points for Diana Gonzalez. Also 5 for Hayden Linden. 2 points, all for Salina Laura, Greta Showalter, Sierra Belote, Taylor Baxter, Lexi Barker, and Jalen Silva. Southeast of Saline, 11 of 14 from the free throw line. They continue to shoot free throws well. Lions 5 out of 9. Southeast of Saline with 14 turnovers in this game. 10 of those came in the second half. Lions with 25 turnovers in this game. In a Lady Trojan victory, their 16th of the season, 63-24. Our Vernon Jewelers gem of the game tonight. Boy, Tyler, I don't know, man. It's kind of looking. I just hear the words team victory in this one. I think everybody did something. Reagan Duran looked super sharp on offense, especially in that second quarter. Taryn Getz kind of got her stroke back from the outside. They played a lot of minutes in this game. Kaya Samuelson filled the stat book in this game. I'm not sure who to go with. I think maybe you just cap it out. Last game of the regular season, you say a good team victory where you win by 39 points and move on from here to Sub-State. Put a bow on it for us, my friend.
Yeah, 100%. You had 9 scores tonight, so everybody got, the ball was distributed a lot. The offense was in flow. And you didn't let anybody go off for more than 5 against Lions. Whenever you're playing a team like this, a game that you should come in and win, you have to make sure that nobody explodes on you. The defense did that. Devin, I think you're exactly right. Just a great team win when a lot of times these games can be tricky. If somebody tries to go off and do something silly, it just messes up the entire flow. We didn't see the flow messed up at all from the Southeast team.
Valentine's Day may be over, but specials happen all month long. In February at Vernon Jewelers in downtown Salina, they are open on Saturdays. Go see them. Look for that iconic sign in downtown Salina. Gift starting at under $100 at Vernon Jewelers on Santa Fe, downtown Salina. 63-24 our final score. Southeast of Saline now waiting on the Sub-State bracket to come out to see who they get to play next week after their 16th victory of the season. Now we will turn the corner. We will come back for the guys contest. It is coming up next. Should be a good one. The first matchup was an overtime game at Southeast of Saline, and it's the Lions and the Trojans. Coming up next, we're about 13 minutes away from starters and the tip right here on KINA.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help you with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach, right off Crawford, and in the Central Mall Salina and downtown McPherson. Based on honesty and trust, contact L&L Advisors today.
Lily Pad Septic.
Oh, hi. I've got a big night planned for Valentine's Day. Candles, dinner, string quartet, and I'm proposing.
Aw, that's amazing.
Yeah, unless this septic smell ruins it. There's a funk in the yard.
Ugh, you're right to call. Cole.
I'm on it, Callie.
Flush the freakishly fast frog.
Hello, sir. Love is in the air, but so is sulfur.
I was going to pop the question on Valentine's Day.
She'd remember it, but just not for the right reasons. I'll jump in and see what's going on.
Cole asked me out for the first time on Valentine's Day.
Well, I hope my proposal goes as well as Cole's did.
Your tank's full, sir, and your drain field's squishy. She deserves a sparkling ring and a clean tank. I've got to tell Callie.
Come home safe, Flush. If you need a flush in a rush, call Lily Pad Septic.
Lily Pad Septic. Thank you both. Wish me luck.
Callie, give me a kiss.
So you can turn back into Cole?
Nope, because I love you.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
At AJ Honey Farms, the honey is just the beginning. From raw honey and wax melts to happy bee balm and beekeeping gear, they've got everything buzzing with local flavor. Whether you're soothing a sore throat, starting your own hive, or gifting something sweet to a loved one, AJ Honey Farms brings the bees and the kind of sweetness only they can bottle.
This is Alan from AJ Honey Farms right here at 901 North 9th Street in Salina, Kansas. We truly appreciate your continued support. Thank you for choosing local.
At Maury Clinic Sports Medicine, we are available when you need us most. I'm Dr. Andrew Westbrook, and I am the sports medicine physician at Maury Clinic. I see patients of all ages and help them come back stronger than ever. From broken bones to joint pain, my team and I are committed to help you do more. For those with sports injuries, come see us at our sports medicine walk-in clinic Monday and Thursday mornings from 8 to 9 a.m. Prevent, recover, and strengthen so you can perform your best. Maury Clinic Sports Medicine. Make your move with confidence.
Hi, this is Angela Gephardt from the Bank of Tuscan, and I'm still cheering on SES Trojans. Just like a great basketball team, we're here to assist, pass, and score big with you with our lineup of winning banking products. Whether you're looking to save with our traditional high-yield savings account, earn with Kasasa-free checkings, or secure your future with competitive loan options, we've got the tools to help you slam dunk your financial goals. Stop by one of our branches or visit Bank of Tuscan to learn more. The Bank of Tuscan, member FDIC.
Can-Equip's annual twine and net wrap sales event is on now. Save with preseason pricing on genuine C&H twine for round balers and square balers, small or large. Choose from a variety of proven net wrap like Armor Net, Legacy, Bale Keeper, American Net, and Varsity Net. Maximum length and maximum strength for the performance you expect. See your parts professional for select rebates and ordering at Can-Equip in Solomon.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Back here at Lyons, Devin Haney along with Tyler Smith as we are at halftime of the girls contest. 46-11 is our score. Getting ready to talk to Francis Flax, head coach of the Southeast Trojan boys. Now we're on. You just got to jiggle some things around and move some plugs here and there. Coach, a big win for you on Tuesday night, 58-41 over the Ellsworth guys. And, boy, this is a good game all the way around for you. You mentioned the word after the game, a team effort. And this is probably everybody chipping in and really the best well-rounded game that you've had in quite some time, especially in the second half of the season since the Sterling tournament. What are your thoughts when you look back on this game and the win against Ellsworth on Tuesday?
Well, basically just what you said. I mean, we played the most complete game we've played all year round, both offensively and defensively. And, we hit some shots. And that's pretty darn important in this game. I like the way they responded after our loss to Minneapolis. Yeah. We came out and decided, it's almost over. And, we've had, even though we've had some illness, we've had some hellacious practices this week. So yeah. I'm really excited the way they focused in, hopefully that'll carry over into tonight's game.
Making shots makes basketball a lot easier, doesn't it? But one thing that I just noticed about this game, and you talked about it after the game too in post-game, was on the defensive end of the floor, rebounding was so good for you. Ellsworth had a tough night shooting the basketball. I don't think there's any secret about that, but you didn't let them keep shooting the basketball. You were able to get the rebound and complete that defensive sequence.
Yeah, that was key. And, it wasn't just Adam rebounding. We had a lot of guys rebound. Yeah. But when it was up there, Adam went to get it too. So my hat's off to him because he we were talking about in the bus ride down here. When the ball was going off the backboard the other night or off the rim, there would be 3 or 4 guys jumping for the rebound, and it seemed like Adam was a foot and a half ahead, above everybody else, grabbing it. And then, of course, then we're getting outlet passes and getting the ball down the court. So, but yeah, rebounding was key, and it's going to be key tonight.
Another big thing I thought, I just kind of went back and watched portions of this game. I thought you were more comfortable in transition, going from defense to offense, and making sure guys had spacing, making sure you were making the proper passes, not trying to force anything. Right. Again, this is a game you only had 5 turnovers in, but also, too, making the transition from offense to defense. When something didn't go your way on offense, you were still back in good position, preventing them from getting good shots.
And we have to be really good at that tonight, because watching Lyons film, when the shot goes up by us, they're sending the guy out.
Yeah.
So we worked on that yesterday, tried to make sure we had somebody that when the shot went up, they were going back, because the Lions will leak out on us and try to score, without us being there.
I'm impressed by this Lions team. I think you are too. We've seen them not only in the first meeting, but we saw them play some games at the Sterling tournament this year. They come out, they compete. It was an overtime game when you first met them at Southeast of Saline earlier in the season. What'd you take from that first game that you can possibly use here tonight?
Well, we hung in there. We could have folded in that game, but when it got tight, we persevered and did a lot of smart things. Not necessarily, we didn't do it. They weren't easy for us, but we did a lot of smart things that enabled us to hold on and beat them. And it was a 1 or 2 point game, but technically they scored at the buzzer. 3-pointer, I think, at the buzzer. Yep. So they're going to be a tough ball club. We know that. They're two-headed monsters, what they are.
Yep. What do you want to see most from your guys tonight? It's the last game of the regular season. It's time to get tuned up. What do you want to see most?
Well, we want to see execution, because they'll play zone and man-to-man both. Okay. And we're ready for that, but we have to execute. If we execute against their zone defense, we're going to be really good tonight and make them go man. That's what our hope is.
Okay, best of luck to you. We'll talk to you after the game. Francis Flax, head coach of the Southeast of Saline Trojans. His guys tonight here in Lyons to take on the Lyons.
When the time comes to honor a life, Hire Scott Mortuary in Salina is here with care, compassion, and guidance every step of the way. Celebrate memories, cherish family, and find comfort in tradition. Hire Scott Mortuary, celebrating life, embracing legacy.
During the winter months, we all rack up a lot of miles, especially following the SES basketball and wrestling teams. Isaacson Truckline is a proud supporter of the Southeast Trojans and wants to remind everyone to be safe on the roads this season. For local and long-haul service of freight and livestock, call Isaacson Truckline.
And the second free throw is good. The Trojans have called timeout to make some important decisions.
Hi, fans. It's Gwinnell Garrettson from Salina Homes. In every game, there are lots of options to make the right play. And in real estate, the plays can be challenging. Whether you're a first-time buyer, upsizing for the family, investing in rentals or commercial property, or selling land, I have the knowledge to help you win your real estate game. It's sure to be a slam dunk when I serve as your realtor. Buy or sell, call Gwinnell.
It's natural to think that insurance is complicated, but at Farmers Agency, we know a thing or two about helping to make it easier by explaining your available coverage options. And with over 25 years of experience in insurance, we can help you through the process step by step. Call Kniper Agency at 825-8419 to learn more today.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
We are farmers. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
Mary Maids in Salina offers house cleaning services you can see and feel. Your home is more than just a house. It's where memories are made and moments are cherished. Though life can be complicated, house cleaning shouldn't be. Mary Maids strives to take the stress out of your day so you can live your life your way. With more than 40 years experience and an advanced time-tested cleaning process, they can help you reclaim time with your loved ones. Find Mary Maids on Facebook or check out their website at marymaids.com.
Is your car running?
Yep, I got a remote start from New Image Audio. I can start my car from the office no problem. And if I'm really far away, I can use my phone to lock, unlock, and even start it. And the remote tells me that it started, so I know it's warming up.
That is amazing. Wait, is my seat warm?
Sure is. I had them put heated seats in, too.
And I suppose these WeatherTech floor mats and phone holder came from them, too, huh?
They sure did.
Stay warm and cozy while you drive this winter, courtesy of New Image Audio. Stop by 340 South Broadway or call 785-309-1617 to ask for details.
Lily Pad Septic.
Oh, hi. I've got a big night planned for Valentine's Day. Candles, dinner, string quartet, and I'm proposing.
Aw, that's amazing.
Yeah, unless this septic smell ruins it. There's a funk in the yard.
Ugh, you're right to call. Cole!
I'm on it, Callie.
The freakishly fast rock.
Hello, sir. Love is in the air, but so is sulfur.
I was going to pop the question on Valentine's Day.
She'd remember it, but just not for the right reasons. I'll jump in and see what's going on.
Cole asked me out for the first time on Valentine's Day.
Well, I hope my proposal goes as well as Cole's did.
Your tank's full, sir, and your drain field's squishy. She deserves a sparkling ring and a clean tank. I've got to tell Callie.
Come home safe, Flush. If you need a flush in a rush, call Lily Pad Septic.
Lily Pad Septic. Thank you both. Wish me luck.
Callie, give me a kiss.
So you can turn back into Cole?
Nope, because I love you.
The recent storm could have done a real number on your roof, but how would you know? Is your home vulnerable to future damage? Call Bryson Flax at Ryan Roofing today. An in-person roof inspection is necessary to evaluate damage. Rely on Bryson to perform a free roof assessment. Inspect, assess, and resolve. Protect your home and make sure your insurance policy provides the coverage you deserve. Roofs, windows, siding, and gutters on your home or business. Call Bryson Flax at Ryan Roofing, always supporting the southeast of Saline Trojans.
When your feet start slipping on that snow or ice, it's not so nice. So if you don't want to fall, take my advice. Call Sage Products in Salina. With Snowplow Ice Melt, that sheet of ice and snow that's causing all those troubles disappears so fast. Now you never have to worry about busting your booty. Snowplow Ice Melt from Sage is the best you can get, and it is 100% non-toxic to children, pets, and vegetation. Call Sage Products or visit us at sageselects.com.
This is Jeff with Vanderbilt's in Salina. Ladies, your men have been buying Carhartt clothes from us for years, and we have appreciated that, and thank you. We have something for you. We have women's Carhartt jackets, hoodies, sweatshirts, and coats, some for work, some for fashion. Come see us for your Carhartt needs and check out our other ladies' lines of clothing. I don't think you'll be disappointed.
Work boots and Vanderbilt.
Farmers, it's time to start planning for the 2026 planting season, and Phillips Seed is here to help you pick the best genetics for your operation. From top-performing corn hybrids and high-yield soybean varieties to proven milo varieties and advanced seed treatments, we focus on products that perform where you farm, backed by local testing and proven on-farm performance. Phillips Seed helps get your crops off to a strong start. Visit phillipsseed.com and find us on Facebook or X. Phillips Seed, serving, innovating, growing since 1985.
Have you noticed bad behavior has become normalized at interscholastic athletic events? Some fans seem angry. They lack civility toward one another. Some even get aggressive and unruly. Time out! What is going on? This has to stop. Let's not forget, school sports aren't just about winning. And they're definitely not an excuse to take your frustrations out on the official or the opponent. They're about teaching lessons like perseverance, respect, and empathy, so students can learn and grow as people, not just as players. We all have a role to play in setting a good example for our students and teaching them these important values. So fans, it's time to step up your game and behave positively at interscholastic athletic events in Kansas.
This message presented by the KSHSAA and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
KINA Salina. Attention high school sports fans, are you an armchair official? You know, the parent or fan who constantly yells at the referees and loves to let everyone know just how bad you think they are. Well, if you think you could do better, then get in the game and prove it. It's time for you to suit up and make the calls where they actually count. Every sport in Kansas needs more officials. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
KINA Salina.
Email from school about the incident today.
Scary.
Tell me about it. Did you have any idea that was going on?
None. I mean, you saw Derek at the game last night, too. Did you have a clue?
No, but you know, teachers like me, parents, we don't always know as much as you guys do. Kids hear first about what's going on with other kids.
Half the time, it's rumors.
It can be hard to tell sometimes, but if you're ever concerned about a friend who's having trouble with alcohol, prescription drugs, bullying, violence, anything, you need to tell an adult. Mom or me, a teacher, coach, school counselor, someone you know and trust.
Dad, no kid is gonna tell an adult about that kind of stuff.
I get it, but if we don't know, we can't help. Speaking up about a problem, that's what helping a friend is all about.
For more information, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Welcome back to Lyons High School. Devin Haney along with Kevin Lilly as we get ready for Southeast of Saline Trojan basketball. It's the second game of our evening. The first one was won by Southeast of Saline on the girls' side, 63-24. Southeast of Saline will come out with a starting lineup that looks like this. Gannon Jacobson will be in the starting lineup once again. Gannon will get his 4th start of the season and his 6th game since returning from injury. Also, Adam Teal is in the starting lineup. He's the leading rebounder for the Southeast of Saline team, along with Hendricks Lund in the starting lineup. Isaiah Kerr, 6-foot senior in the starting lineup, and Tiernan Patacic, the leading scorer on this Southeast of Saline team. That is coached by Francis Flax, assisted by Trent Douglas and Joe Ross. For the Lyons, they are coached by Zuriel Reyes in his first season. They will start Anthony Ventura, a 5'7 senior, who averages 4 points a game and also 3 rebounds. Quanique Hamilton, 6 points, 4 rebounds a game. He is a 5'9 junior. Tegan Link, 13.5 points a game, also 9 rebounds a contest. He's the leading rebounder for this team. Link is a 6'3 junior. Detrell Stanley also in the starting lineup. He averages 8 points a game along with 3 rebounds. He's a 5'7 junior. And Paco Espinoza, a 6'1 senior, averaging 13 points and 6 rebounds a game. Kevin Lilly, the first meeting of these two teams back in January, went to overtime at Southeast of Saline. Got the victory 60-58. What are your new image audio keys to success tonight for the Trojans here in Lyons?
Well, I think for us, the last game is, what we have to build off of. And there's a lot of good things that we did in that game. And one of the things that I would point out to is fast break points. We were able to turn our defense into fast break points. And I think that's going to be crucial tonight to really get them up and down the court, because they're kind of in the same predicament we are. Is if you get past some of those starters, right, they drop off just like we do at times. So I think for us and tonight is play our game, enforce our will on them, make them change to what we want to do. And the last thing I'd say is find the mismatch and find it early and find it often and continue to go to it.
Southeast of Saline comes in off a victory against Ellsworth. 6-14 is their record. A loss for Lyons in their last 2 games, but they had to play the top of the NCAA. They lost to Sacred Heart and then lost to Beloit. They did not play this week. This is their first game this week. They are 8-12 on the season, 3-8 in league play. You look back, one of the highlights for Southeast of Saline in that game in the first meeting was Tiernan Patacic, who poured in 27 points. Though that was one of those games Southeast of Saline did not have Gannon Jacobson. And a lot of questions of me when I walked in the building. I got here a little bit early today, and it was, how's Gannon doing? How many minutes is he getting? What's he doing? So you can tell the Lyons are very aware of the presence of Gannon Jacobson, who has gone and he has scored 10 points in each of the last 3 games. He's starting to find his offense a little bit, and I think it was evident against Ellsworth. The guys are starting to play with him as well. Here is Teal in the jump circle. He's going to jump it up. He's going to bat it back very hard, and it's going to go out of bounds. And it will start with Lyons, who will have the first possession of the night.
And with Gannon, that's got to be a hard transition to do as you come back in, man. You want to be that dude like you've always been, and for him to be able to trust his guys and find his guys, that's big for him.
Lyons puts it in down low. Tegan Link, he's going to play it out now for a shot that is up and no good. Miguel Corona gets the first basket of the game. I think I said that was no good. Actually, it was good. It shocked me a little bit because he was not in the starting lineup that I was given for tonight.
And, with Lyons, if they're going to play in this zone, our shooters have got to be ready to shoot the ball. Just, find the gaps and be able to shoot the ball.
There's a three-pointer, right-hand side. Tiernan Potacek is up and good.
And, man, that's good to see early because he has really struggled from the arc the last, couple of weeks.
Well, and who's been the subject, other than Gannon Jacobson, of course, which rightfully so, who's been the subject of the guy that we need to stop for Lyons all week long? Yeah. It's Tiernan Potacek, who put in 27 in the first meeting. Here's a turnaround inside by Tegan Link. He banks it hard off the board. It goes in. He is also fouled, and he will have a chance at a three-point play. First foul on Southeast of Saline goes against Adam Teal in this game.
And you could see early on for the Lions club, they want to get the ball into Link and let him make the decision from inside out.
First free throw of the game by Link after the first foul of the game for Adam Teal. And it's a three-point play. Lions leading 5-3. High post to Jacobson. He'll kick it out. Hendricks Lund. He'll shoot the three, and it's up and good. These two teams off to a blistering start. They are 100% from the floor.
And that's what I was talking about. We have to be ready because that's one way. Listen, you want to get a team out of a zone and make them go man, start hitting your outside shots because they will get out of that zone in a hurry.
6-5. Southeast of Saline leads it by 1. Here's a shot put up by Espinoza. That's no good. Rebound by Teal and an outlet for Potacek. He'll go cross court. Now it's to Jacobson. Now back to Hendricks Lund. Give the assist to Jacobson. And Potacek started that break. Ends up with Hendricks Lund on a good look from Jacobson.
And Jacobson could have taken that, right? He's seen the pressure coming over, and that's what I was talking about, trusting those other guys. He's starting to really trust them.
Lyons loses it. A loose ball on the floor. Picked up by Hendricks Lund. Over to Potacek. Extra pass. Kerr. Three-pointer from the baseline. Boom. He buries it. Isaiah Kerr off the first turnover from Lyons. Gets the three. Now another steal by Kerr. Left it short, though. Got trapped between the rim and the backboard, and Lyons will rebound it. Boy, what a good start for Southeast.
And kind of everything we've talked about. We've talked about Isaiah, we've talked about Tiernan, we've talked about Gannon, and we've talked about Hendricks. Listen, this is the team that we kind of expected to see on the floor, that they could really do a multitude of things and really stretch a defense.
Foul on Gannon Jacobson will put Paco Espinoza at the free throw line. We talked about the big game from Tiernan Potacek, 27 points in that first meeting. Espinoza did the same for Lyons. He had 27 points and gets his first free throw to fall in here in this first point of the night. Second free throw also up and good. Lions a 3-for-3 start from the free throw line. Southeast still leading 11-7. Inside, Teal wide open, and the bunny again give Jacobson the assist.
And let me tell you something right there, right? We've already knocked them out of their zone defense, right? Now they're in a man. Now they got confused, and we got an easy deuce from Teal inside.
Here's a guarded shot put up by Lyons. It was Tegan Link. That's no good. Rebound now down low, and a sloppy turnaround that is thrown up. That's no good, and Southeast comes out with the rebound. Lyons has had a great start to this game, but they are still down by 6. That tells you what start Southeast has had. Here's a lob pass inside. Teal, left-hand side of the bucket. He's not going to miss that very often. And a beautiful feed down inside by Hendricks Lund, and that prompts a timeout. What a start by Southeast of Saline to start this game. 3 minutes in, and Southeast of Saline has 15 points. As we will keep it right here, remind you, Southeast of Saline basketball brought to you by the Southeast of Saline Booster Club, bringing you live coverage of student activities to flex that purple power. It is always a great day to be a Trojan. Also, the Salina Fence Company helping us bring you coverage tonight here from Lyons. This coverage, not only the radio broadcast on KINA, but live stream video on SalinaPost.com, presented by LilyPad Septic Service, serving not only the Salina area, but all the way down here to Lyons, out of their office in Hutchinson. What a start here, Kev, by the Southeast Trojans.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't shock me because they're available. Or this is the team that I thought we could see because of the outside shooting. We've just been a little too inconsistent, but there again, talked about finding the mismatch, right? 2 possessions in a row, and we're finding Teal down low.
Clock was running during the timeout. They are going to come back, though, and put it back where it was at 4:59. And Lions will get the basketball out of their 30-second timeout. 15-7, the score. It's an 8-point advantage for Southeast of Saline. Lions wearing their home whites, trimmed in blue and black. There's a shot by Espinoza inside. That's up and good. Boy, I enjoy his game.
Yeah. I mean, he's just a smooth basketball player. He knows what he wants, and you can see right there, right? They're going to try to find the mismatch on our end now.
Here's the extra pass to Patacic. He's going to drive baseline, pass it right back out to Adam Teal, where he came from. They're loaded up on the left-hand side are the Trojans. Now a drive by Hendricks Lund. He gets into the traffic, may have been deflected, got the ball down low as he was driving, and Lyons there to get a hand on it, missing the shot.
Yeah, and he just didn't have a good angle there, and then got caught underneath the basket.
6-point advantage here for Southeast of Saline. Here's a floater to the right-hand side to Terrell Stanley with it. Now he's going to skip it back to Hamilton on the near side, right in front of the Southeast bench. Now Espinoza, spin move on Kerr, and he scores. Boy, that was a pretty move by Paco Espinoza.
Yeah, he can just feel that Kerr was overplaying him on one side and just does the spin move, and nobody's there for the help side.
All of a sudden now 15-11, a 4-point Southeast lead. But London side spins off the defender, and Jacobson finds him. Hendricks Lund with a big start to this game. He has 7. 17-11 our score. 3:35 left to go in an eventful first quarter of action. This has been fun so far. We knew it would be, right? These two teams went to overtime at Southeast of Saline. Espinoza, a big part of that. He scores again, and Southeast is going to have to do something with Paco Espinoza.
And I think one of the things that we could do is we could go to a zone and see if they can hit some outside shots on us.
Here's Patacic driving and scoring. Tiernan Patacic reminding everyone in the gym that he's a scorer as well. 5 for him.
And that's good to see him get off to a fast pace, a fast start, because it's only going to give him more confidence as the game goes on.
Here's a body check foul, little nickel and dimer, I would say, on Southeast of Saline. The foul is on the floor, and the foul will go against Adam Teal. Boy, that just wasn't much there.
Yeah, and I think for us with Espinoza to try to stop him, you just have to face guard him and don't let him get the ball, right? You can't help off of him. You can't do anything. Like, listen, if you're flags, you stay on him. Everybody else has got to rotate and be that person.
Kane Sawyers will come in now. He will draw the defensive assignment of Paco Espinoza. Let's see how the sophomore does there. Jacobson has come out for his first break. Sawyers in for him. Here's a drive into the top of the paint. Detrell Stanley got stuck with it. Now out to Link. Tried to cross over, got away from him, goes all the way to the corner. Teal over there to shadow him. Now a skip pass back into the floor, and a basket that is up no good, taken away by Southeast.
Teal might have got a touch on that.
Agreed. Here's a lob pass at the rim from Patacic to Teal on the left-hand side. What a beautiful play from Tiernan Patacic.
Man, their offense is just flowing right now. You can tell those early shots are really helping them and motivating them and to kind of flow. Everything is flowing. Nothing is stalling.
2:15 left to go. Espinoza tried to spin move, lost the basketball. It's going to be picked up, though, by Lyons. Link on the left-hand side, kissed the front of the rim. Rebound Isaiah Kerr for Southeast of Saline. 2:05 left to go. It's an 8-point Southeast of Saline advantage. They have the basketball back. Here's Patacic for 3. Dies off the left-hand side of the rim. Battle for the basketball. Teal had to back out. He already has 2 fouls. Didn't want to get 3 there.
Yeah, and this is really kind of, with him playing with those 2 fouls, it worries you a little bit because we're in the first quarter still.
Up top with the basketball, Detrell Stanley has it. He's going to float with the right-handed dribble to the right-hand side of the floor, looking for Link inside. Link trying to go at Teal. Teal there, plays him straight up, then grabs the rebound. Good job there defensively by Adam Teal. Just makes you nervous with those 2 fouls already. 1:27 left to go here in the quarter. Bounce pass down deep to Hendricks Lund. He's going to go to the basket hard. Can't get it to go. Had a good shot. Just had a little too much velocity on that ball off the backboard. Now Tegan Link. He's in attack mode. He'll make it underneath the basket. And a 3rd foul called on Adam Teal, who was standing there with his hands up. And that is 2 of the 3 fouls on Adam Teal. Just a nickel and dimer situation. And I hate that Adam was even in that spot to get his 3rd foul.
And it's just such a tough, I'm just a big believer. You pick up that 2nd foul, you're probably going to set. We've had to, with the depth issues, we've had to kind of gamble a little bit. And this is the situation now, whereas I think on the last dead ball, Teal comes out, Swank goes in with the lead because we have the lead.
Tegan Link made the first free throw. He's 2 of 2 here early on from the free throw line. 2nd free throw on the way. That one off the front of the rim. Tristan Swank, who came in for Adam Teal, gets the rebound. 1:10 left to go. Jacobson also back into the game along with Swank. Right-hand side now, Patacic with it. One-handed pass to Sawyers. Sawyers wants to drive now back to Patacic. He'll pull up from 14. Chop shot up and good. Tiernan Patacic with 7.
And I haven't seen that shot very often. That's usually that floater that he does. I haven't seen that kind of fade away, regular shot from him like that when he's going downhill.
45 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Biggest lead of the game so far for Southeast. Here's Tegan Link. Fade away, guarded closely there by Sawyers. And Sawyers then cleaning up the rebound off the miss. Jacobson has it, wanting to push. Down the floor to Swank. Kick out to Kerr. Three-pointer on the way. Isaiah Kerr is on fire. His second three-pointer of the quarter. He is carrying on from the game he had against Ellsworth on Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, he had a special game, career high, right? And he's just starting where he left off.
Boy, that's the Isaiah Kerr we were dying to see all season long.
And there's no thinking, right? He's that confident right now that he catches the ball and he just goes right up.
Espinoza putting a shot up with 8 seconds left in the quarter. That's no good. Scrum for the rebound. Body's going everywhere, and the official's going to say it's purple basketball. So Southeast will have with 4.5 seconds left here in the quarter. Isaiah Kerr will bounce it into Potacik. Potacik will let it roll almost to half court. Now a spin move. He's going to throw it to Jacobson. Jacobson throws it up from about 7 feet behind the line, and it kisses the front of the rim, and that is the end of the first quarter. But 26 points for Southeast of Saline on an electric start offensively. They lead at 26-14 at the end of one. Radio broadcast on KINA, live stream video on SalinaPost.com. It's presented tonight by LilyPad Septic Service.
The recent storm could have done a real number on your roof, but how would you know? Is your home vulnerable to future damage? Call Bryson Flax at Ryan Roofing today. An in-person roof inspection is necessary to evaluate damage. Rely on Bryson to perform a free roof assessment. Inspect, assess, and resolve. Protect your home and make sure your insurance policy provides the coverage you deserve. Roofs, windows, siding, and gutters on your home or business. Call Bryson Flax at Ryan Roofing, always supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
When your feet start slipping on that snow or ice, it's not so nice. So if you don't want to fall, take my advice. Call Sage Products in Salina. With Snowplow Ice Melt, that sheet of ice and snow that's causing all those troubles disappears so fast. Now you never have to worry about busting your booty. Snowplow Ice Melt from Sage is the best you can get, and it is 100% non-toxic to children, pets, and vegetation. Call Sage Products or visit us at sageselects.com.
You're listening to Southeast Trojan Hoops on KINA.
Back in Lyons, Southeast of Saline leading by a dozen, 26-14 as we start second quarter action. Southeast of Saline basketball brought to you by LilyPad Septic Service. Southeast with a great start to their offense here in the first half, Kev, as Gannon Jacobson drives baseline. Ball gets knocked out of bounds. It'll stay here with the Trojans.
And I think the thing is what we can't have a letdown now in the second quarter, right? We've got to keep continuing to keep our foot on the gas pedal and keep taking it to lines. I think that's when we're at our best. When we're being aggressive, that's when we're at our best.
Potacik trouble getting it inbounds, probably inbounded it at about 4.5. They work it around Sawyers, now right-hand side back to Potacik. Spin move, gets in traffic, puts a shot up, and it's too strong off the heel, but he drew the foul, and Tiernan Potacik will go to the free throw line. These are the first free throws shot by Southeast of Saline in this game, as Tiernan Potacik steps to the free throw line with 7. That foul against Lyons. Looks like it's on Lane Lassiter. 5'10 freshman. Tiernan 1 for 2 from the stripe. Missed the first, got the second. Here's a shot put up from the baseline that's no good, but it's cleaned up. Hamilton missed the first one, but Tegan Link put it up and in. First basket of the quarter there for Lyons. I think our score is wrong on the scoreboard.
I think you're right.
Tiernan Potacik with a jumper that might have been deflected. Paco Espinoza will scoop it up for Lyons. Down the middle of the floor, he crosses over on Jacobson, and Gannon's going to get one of those cheap fouls, as this will be the second foul now on Gannon Jacobson, it looks like. And it will be. So Adam Teal has 3, Gannon Jacobson has 2. I often make the point that Southeast may have 4 fouls, but they're all on 4 different people, and they're spreading them out. That is not the case here tonight in this game. Teal already on the bench with 3. Jacobson now his second. One of them has to be on the floor. Gannon will stay out there. Here's a three-pointer unleashed by the Lions. That's no good for Detrell Stanley. Southeast will clean it up. Southeast did a really good job on the defensive boards against Ellsworth. They are doing the same here tonight. Here's Jacobson in a transition three. Too strong, no good. Swank keeps it alive. It ends up in the lap of Potacek. Tiernan now will play it back out. Here's Jacobson wanting to drive. Body checked there by Espinoza. Now a reach around, and it's going to be stolen away. Boy, you can't tell me that's equalizing both ends by this officiating crew. The big bunk on Jacobson went uncalled, and now no call as Jacobson hits the deck on a 50-50 call.
I don't understand both ends right there, right? You poke it out from behind with a foul with the body, and then you come down and Gannon's just standing there, right? He knows he's coming, and nothing's called.
27-18, back to a 9-point Southeast of Saline lead. Hendricks Lund had it in traffic. He gets the ball poked away, and the officials talking about are going to give it to Lyons.
Checking in, number 5, Isaiah Kerr.
Back-to-back turnovers for Southeast of Saline as they went the first 9 plus minutes without turning the ball over. And Isaiah Kerr has re-entered the contest. He will give Tiernan Potacek a much-needed break. 6:06 left to go here, second quarter, 27-18. Southeast of Saline with the lead. Lions working it on the right-hand side. Over to Lassiter. Now it's stolen away. Jacobson again coming on the floor. Paco Espinoza shoved him in the back, at least with a bump. Jacobson lost the basketball, had to chase it to the other side and score. Again, I always go back to the common sense feature, right? It's like, why did Gannon Jacobson lose that basketball?
Absolutely. And I'm okay if you're not going to call that, but you can't call the ticky-tack stuff on this end. Just be consistent.
Entry pass down low, stolen away, Gannon Jacobson. He'll throw it up the left-hand sideline to Kerr. Isaiah Kerr all the way to the cup. Left-handed layup comes off, no good. Again, a no-call situation. Sawyer's trying to clean it up. Can't get that one to go. Now a loose ball. Hendricks Lund will save it. Lund to the right-hand side to Kerr. Isaiah Kerr caught it on a one-dribble run. Now it's a Swank. Tristan, a little ball fake. Runs over a would-be defender. Still no whistle there. Jacobson with the three is no good, and Espinoza will get the rebound for Lyons.
I mean, there's a lot of action there. There's got to be some contact there. That foul's got to be called.
4:55 left to go. And we're not begging for fouls. Let's make that clear. We're just wanting it to be consistent on both ends. We don't like fouls. It stops the game.
Yeah.
As my buddy Bryson always said, it stops the flow of the contest, right?
Yep. Listen, I was always a big believer that this basketball is a physical game. You've got to let things go.
Now a traveling violation on Paco Espinoza. Kane Sawyers and Tristan Swank. A really good job defensively with their hands up. They shadowed him to the baseline, and Espinoza had nowhere to go. 4 turnovers now on Lyons, and now both of those guys, Sawyers and Swank, will check out. Adam Teal will come in. He'll be out there along with Hendricks Lund, Gannon Jacobson, Tiernan Potacek back into the game along with Isaiah Kerr.
And I'm just going to say this, and it may be obvious. I'm not bringing Teal in. I know Teal's in here. He is too valuable for the second half run. Like, he's got to. To me, he has to set.
I find it easier to ignore it and act like it's not happening. 29-18. Here's Hendricks Lund with a three-pointer that is up and no good. And that has nothing to do with coaching philosophy or player or anything. It has to do with the way this game's being called, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Because you know as well as I do that a lot of times the way it's called in the first half is not the way it's called in the second half. They'll start to let some stuff go if they call them really, really tight.
Here's a cut through. Link wanted it back down low. Now Espinoza gets it again, steps through a trap again, and now the ball goes out of bounds, and they're going to give it to Lyons as it was knocked out of bounds over the top of Potacek and Jacobson down on the baseline. Halfway through this second quarter, 4:02 remaining, 29-18. Southeast of Saline up by 11.
And these are the possessions that you just don't want to give Lyons that second opportunity. You want to be able to grab that rebound.
And now Potacek double teaming will reach in and got his hands across the arms of Espinoza that time. Tiernan Potacek earns his first foul. That will send Paco Espinoza to the free throw line. So Espinoza, actually they called it on the floor. So probably the right call. Espinoza was starting the move but wasn't in the act of shooting. There's a three-pointer now off the inbounds play. Detrell Stanley gets his first basket of the night. Cuts the Southeast lead to 8. 3:40 left to play. Here's a little pick and roll. Jacobson and Teal, what a pretty play. And Teal can't get it on the right-hand side. Here comes Lyons back the other way with it. Working on the right-hand side. Stanley with a spin move on Kerr. Wanted to get to Espinoza. He's bottled up by Jacobson. Now Paco springs free. Right elbow jumper is up and good. Paco Espinoza gets another two-pointer. He's in double digits with 10, and a timeout for Southeast of Saline. It's a full timeout. We'll step aside. 3:23 left to go here in the second quarter. 29-23. Southeast up by 6 on KINA.
Hi, this is Angela Gephardt from the Bank of Tuscan, and I'm still cheering on SES Trojans. Just like a great basketball team, we're here to assist, pass, and score big with you with our lineup of winning banking products. Whether you're looking to save with our traditional high-yield savings account, earn with Casasa-free checkings, or secure your future with competitive loan options, we've got the tools to help you slam dunk your financial goals. Stop by one of our branches or visit Bank of Tuscan to learn more. The Bank of Tuscan, member FDIC.
At AJ Honey Farms, the honey is just the beginning. From raw honey and wax melts to happy bee balm and beekeeping gear, they've got everything buzzing with local flavor. Whether you're soothing a sore throat, starting your own hive, or gifting something sweet to a loved one, AJ Honey Farms brings the bees and the kind of sweetness only they can bottle.
This is Alan from AJ Honey Farms right here at 901 North 9th Street in Salina, Kansas. We truly appreciate your continued support and thank you for choosing local.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline basketball on KINA.
Scoring drop for Southeast of Saline here in the second quarter after going for 26 in the first. They have only scored 3 here in the first 4.5 minutes of the second quarter. Back here, Southeast with the ball after the timeout. See what they can do here offensively. Patacic looking inside. Adam Teal, turnaround is up and good. Adam is so good, especially on that left-hand side of the bucket, and that's exactly where they needed to go there.
Yep, just finding a mismatch, but like you said, I mean, Teal, this is why I say I struggle with him being in the game right now, just because he's so valuable, and those are the things that he does for us.
Skip pass kept inbounds by Anthony Ventura, who had to climb the ladder. Now a ball that takes a long bounce over to Tegan Link. They skip it again, this time to Espinoza. Espinoza on the drive, wants the spin move. Fits a ball inside of a small window to Tegan Link, who is able to score. 10 points now for Link in double digits. Here's Hendricks Lund stepping on the accelerators. He gets inside the paint. They're going to say he traveled with it.
That's an awful long way to call traveling. I get if he's seen it, but I didn't see it there.
We were the same distance away as the official was.
Didn't see it.
I didn't see it. 31-25, 2:19 left to go. Here's a poke by Jacobson. He's going down the floor all by himself, and that's going to be an easy lay-in for Gannon. The steal and the layup for Gannon Jacobson. And over the last couple of games, we have seen him become more and more active on defense.
Yeah, I think that foot's healing up finally, right? He's feeling comfortable like that, and he's got that burst, right? And we're seeing that tonight especially.
Here's a three-pointer from the corner. That's no good. Tegan Link, though, gets the rebound and puts it back in. Anthony Ventura missed the three, but Tegan Link was there. And the foul on Southeast of Saline is going to go on Hendricks Lund. That is his first. And, Kevin, it goes back to when you don't block out and you give up defensive rebounds, bad things will happen. One, you're giving the other team multiple times to score, but you're also probably going to get yourself in foul trouble.
Yep. And we're really lucky that foul didn't go on Teal there.
1:56 to go. Tegan Link stepping to the free throw line. He's having a big second quarter. It was Espinoza in the first quarter. It is Tegan Link here in the second quarter. He has 9 points here in the second alone, 13 for the game. 1:53 left to go here in the second. Isaiah Kerr back into the game there along with Patacic, along with Hendricks Lund. Of those three playing a three-guard weave and a handoff dribble situation out beyond the perimeter. Patacic just faked it that time to Lund. He goes down and deep to Swank. Swank playing body basketball down low, hit the bottom of the backboard, and it's taken away by Tegan Link. 90 seconds left to play here in the half. We'll recap scoring at halftime. Also talk to Shauna Smith about the season finale for the Southeast Lady Trojans. 33-28, Lyons trailing by 5 with the basketball. Again, shot clock in the house, but not being used tonight. And a turnover for Lyons. They'll give it back to Southeast with 1:15 left to go here in the half.
Is this something that they just decided not to use tonight? I mean, you have it. Why not use it?
Good question. I don't know.
Okay.
Did a lot of research before this game. That is one thing I wasn't prepared for. 1:03 left to go. Patacic has it. Looking for some help now. He goes to Care. Isaiah makes his way down the left-hand side of the lane. Now bounces it back to Patacic. Tiernan draws the crowd. Now plays it out. Hendricks Lund for three. That's a beautiful setup by Tiernan Patacic, and Hendricks Lund buries the tray.
And that's where I think Hendricks is at his best. When he's catching it in rhythm and he doesn't have to think, man, he is a sharpshooter. I mean, he is money.
10 points now for Hendricks Lund. 36-28. Southeast trying to get another stop here and close the half out strong. Espinoza with it. He'll fire the three. Up, strong off the back of the iron. No good. Lund with the rebound. Southeast plenty of time here. 26 seconds left to go in the half. They make their way to the other end. Now Patacic with it up top. He'll dribble to the right-hand side, play it to Care. Now to Lund, who's left wide open. He's going to shoot the three, and he's going to bury it again. Why in the world would you leave him open? And Lyons did right there, and they're paying the price. Back-to-back threes by Hendricks Lund. 8 seconds left to go in the quarter.
And your scouting report says don't leave him open, right? It has to.
I was just going on basic history of what he just did. Here's a three-pointer by Lyons, and they get it back. Anthony Ventura hits the three from the near side. 39-31, our first half score. Southeast of Saline, after going on a drought, finds some offense to maintain an 8-point lead here at the end of the first half. When we come back, we'll review scoring from the first half. We will also talk to Shauna Smith and recap the Southeast of Saline ladies game. It's all coming up when we come back on the Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories halftime report. Southeast leads it by 8 at the break, 39-31, right here on KINA.
Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knopf Auto is the and soil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knopf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
This is the Trojan Halftime Report. Coming up, a first half recap. Shot at the horn! Stats, interviews, and a look at other area games. Now, let's get back to the gym for Trojan Halftime on KINA.
At halftime, 39-31, Southeast of Saline off to a quick start with 26 first quarter points. They lead it here at the break, 39-31. Time now to look back at our first game of the night. It was Southeast of Saline's ladies and their regular season finale, 63-24, the final score. Head coach Shauna Smith joins us now. And boy, coach, I've been saying it all day long, and maybe this is just me. How the heck did we get to the last game of the regular season already? It just seems like the season has gone by. I don't know if it's the nice weather and not canceling any games and not moving a bunch of stuff around, but here we are, your 21st game of the season, and a big victory for you here tonight. What do you think about this game as it got started? It was kind of a weird situation you don't see very often. You were kind enough to give up or get 2 points to give up 2 points to one of their seniors and then kind of start from there. And you guys had a fabulous offensive first quarter, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to, it just was kind of to get momentum and whatever. The game kind of, just the flow of the game was hard to kind of get going there. But I thought we did a good job. This said we knew some openings were going to be there. I think maybe we overpassed the ball tonight. We were trying to maybe overthink things, making things a little bit harder. So maybe those are things maybe led to maybe some shots that maybe typically we wouldn't take or whatever.
So people that didn't hear or see the start of this game, they had a senior that had a torn ACL. They agreed to have you win the jump ball. Reese Heinrich, by the way, 100% on jump ball. She's 1 for 1. You go down the floor, they yield a free basket to you, so to speak, in order to get one for their senior. I felt all the pressure in the world for Sutton Douglas on that shot. How did you decide who you were going to go to and who was going to get the shot? Obviously, you go to one of your seniors, and it was Sutton, but I was just like, oh, man, she cannot miss this shot. And not that I thought she would. It's just that's a tough spot to be in. But thankfully, both her and the senior for Lyons both knocked it down, and we had a 100% start.
Yeah, actually, I didn't even ask her. I just appointed her to be there, and I just thought she's probably the one that just wouldn't overthink it and just go do it and just take care of business right away. So that's kind of why I let her know about the 4 minutes before the game started. She was appointed that spot.
Yeah, it's a cool moment. You guys, again, you started out this game, and it was 50-50 balls. It seems like it's a conversation that we've had since the Beloit Sacred Heart stretch there, and you made it a point. This team is a team that has to win that battle. And this was a game, just the nature that Lyons plays. They have trouble scoring points, but they're going to make you earn all those 50-50 battles. You guys did a good job with that again tonight.
Yeah, it is. It's just a hard game to play because they don't play things. Maybe you can't really tell them how their defense is going to really run because they kind of just run at you. So I thought we did a good job with kind of moving the ball around. And we know sometimes it is hard to get yourself going and whatever for that game like this. And to box out and do all those extra things. And we kind of talked about we're still playing for next week, and we want to keep things going.
It's a little tough, too, to play against a team that may not be fundamentally sound, to remain that way yourself. I thought in the first half you guys did a really good job. You hit the timeout at halftime with only 4 turnovers. I thought that was special as well.
Yeah, it seemed like we had a bunch more than just 4. I actually thought we had a few more than that. Maybe there were ones we just had maybe balls tipped and we got the ball back, whatever. But I just thought we did a good job of moving the ball. We ran through a lot of stuff tonight. We haven't seen a zone in a while.
Yeah.
So that was kind of why I guess we have Minneapolis, but we just really haven't seen that kind of zone.
And how important was it for you to see that zone, not only from a shooting standpoint, but boy, when you got the ball in the middle of that zone, it was a lake of piranhas in there, wasn't it? I mean, you really had to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and like I said, we kind of learned that you really probably couldn't dribble the ball in there. You need to get the ball down, get it out, and or short corner, kick it out, and then flash down there. But I thought, when we actually did those things, we looked really good.
If you're fine-tuning this machine right now and you're getting ready for postseason play that starts next week, I thought one thing that we've been missing here down the stretch is those bench points from Taryn Getz, right? She got it going tonight. She saw that zone and she was ready to go. She ends up with 14 points. She had 11 at halftime. Also, Reagan Duran was really good tonight from the outside in that mid-range game of hers tonight came through.
Actually, when I saw our Taryn, I haven't said that in a while. But our Taryn, was me and her sister. Taryn.
Yes, I'm with you now.
Yeah, Taryn. She kind of needed that, kind of to get herself going here. I feel like she's kind of struggled here shooting-wise, and so I think that was actually really good for her to be able to stand out there and get some shots made. But I also thought Reagan was really good in that first half. A couple times that she could have maybe taken the outside shot and she drove into the lane, got some things, and those things are coming along for Reagan.
This is a classic Kaya Samuelson game. She ends up with 10 points, but she may have been close to a triple-double with all the steals, all the rebounds she had. I think she was your leader in 50-50 balls when we started this game. Just before we even crossed half court, I think she had probably 2 steals and probably a couple more rebounds that she was able to chase down. Seemed like she was all over the floor tonight.
Yeah, Kaya just kind of does Kaya things and kind of keeps us going, and she's always going to get her buckets there because she kind of does a little bit of everything there for us.
How about that big step-through move with her in the middle of the lane? That was pretty nice. And you had an officiating crew, too, that didn't call it a traveling violation. They kind of let it go and realized it's a pretty good move right there.
Yeah, I think they missed it in the boys' game, though.
Yeah. Good point. We'll talk about that in another interview. 63-24 now. You finished the regular season 16-5, and now everybody just kind of sitting there waiting. You have a pretty good idea what's going to happen next week, but you're waiting on the brackets to come out. One thing that you do know, though, is you're going to host 2 games to start out sub-state. So now you kind of shrink the season down in a 3-game window, right? It's play a game at home and win, play a game at home and win, and then go to Haven and see what happens in a sub-state championship.
Yeah, and I mean, this new format's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Kind of had to see how things go and whatever. And it's been nice. That's why we really wanted that 3 seed, just to kind of make sure we kind of have that home court, hopefully.
How do you keep everybody tuned in and the intensity up in practice? Because I understand it wasn't a close game here tonight, and while you might respect all and fear none in the first round, odds are it's not going to be a really tough opponent in the first round. So you're going about a 2-week stretch here without being pushed. How do you keep things sharp in the gym?
That's going to be hard. I mean, it is. It's one of those things, like we told them, we're going to Monday we're going to go short and sweet and we're going to get up down the court, probably a lot of conditioning stuff. We talked about that. And I think, like we just talked about, we got to stay focused here. Like, even for this game tonight, like, I kind of got after him about being focused, being a little more than that things. And I don't know. I think it's just one of those things that, like we said, is like we got to just keep playing. And I told him, like I said, once we get past next Friday night, you win that game, then things just start going fast. Then it's just, you really play, and then your practice, play, and whatever. So, I mean, that is hard to keep kids focused. And, like, even after tonight, that's why we want to play our kids some longer. Like, we hated pulling our starters out and those, our top 8 kids because they really need to play for conditioning and other reasons.
16 wins. Congratulations on a great season. I know that really doesn't matter much now. You're looking to the postseason, and we are too. It's a fun part of the year. Congratulations on the win tonight. Have a good weekend.
All right, thank you.
Shauna Smith, head coach of the Southeast of Saline Lady Trojans. They get a victory tonight, 63-24 over the Lyons Lady Lions. We'll take a 60-second timeout. When we come back, we'll recap scoring from the first half of the boys' game. Get the third quarter started for you. Trojans lead it over the Lions, 39-31 here at the break. And it's brought to you by Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories on KINA.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help you with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach right off Crawford and in the Central Mall Salina and downtown McPherson. Based on honesty and trust, contact L&L Advisors today.
Mary Maids in Salina offers house cleaning services you can see and feel. Your home is more than just a house. It's where memories are made and moments are cherished. Though life can be complicated, house cleaning shouldn't be. Mary Maids strives to take the stress out of your day so you can live your life your way. With more than 40 years experience and an advanced time-tested cleaning process, they can help you reclaim time with your loved ones. Find Mary Maids on Facebook or check out their website at marymaids.com.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
39-31, Southeast of Saline leading here at the half. Let's go over scoring for you. Leading the Southeast of Saline Trojans is Hendricks Lund with a baker's dozen, 13. 8 for Adam Teal, 8 for Tiernan Potacik, 6 for Isaiah Kerr, and 4 for Gannon Jacobson. For Lyons, 13 points for Tegan Link, 10 points for Paco Espinoza, 3 each for Anthony Ventura, and also Detrell Stanley, 2 for Miguel Corona. Southeast of Saline, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, while Lyons went 5 out of 6. Southeast of Saline with just 3 turnovers, while Lyons had 6 in that first half. 39-31, our halftime score. Kevin, after seeing the first 16 minutes, what are your new image audio keys to success here in the second half for SES?
Well, I just think it's more of what we've been doing, right? Share the ball, go after rebounds, play with high energy. This is probably the most energy I've seen this team play with all season, and it all starts with making a few shots. You start gaining your confidence as the game goes on, and the same thing here. We just can't have a letdown quarter, right? We are starting to have that letdown corner, and then Hendricks Lund and a couple other guys get a couple of buckets, and it kind of makes that quarter look a little better. You just got to stay the pace and continue to just keep grinding and look for the best shot.
Big game on the boys' side of Class 2A tonight as Sterling, #1 and defending champion in Class 2A, playing El Saline, and it's a 15-point lead for Sterling at halftime, 47-32. Those Black Bears are good.
Man,
that's a good basketball team. That 2A boys tournament is going to be fun this year in Sub-State and State. Here is Lyons starting out with the basketball. They have an 8-point deficit. They throw the ball into the backcourt. Here's giving chase. Isaiah Kerr wins the battle. He'll go all the way to the cup, knocked out, stripped from behind. It will stay here with Southeast of Saline and their chance to run some baseline offense.
And I think if you're in that 2A bracket, if you make it to state, you just don't want to be on Sterling's side, right? Just be on the opposite side.
Here is Lund off the inbounds, and the bounce pass from Tiernan Potacik leads Hendricks Lund into his 14th and 15th points of the night.
And doesn't this feel like our offense is just coming so much easier? We've talked in the past that we have to work so hard just to get a deuce. Like, that's a simple shot, and they made it look simple.
Here's a skip pass. Tegan Link lost his bounce, got bumped to the floor, however you want to look at it. He was able to save it, though, out to the corner on the opposite side. Now ball in the hands of Espinoza. He's stripped by Lund. Picked up. Look at Kerr getting on his belly, getting dirty. Bounce pass across the court to Teal. Out to Lund. Lund with an extra pass to Potacik. Back inside. Teal with an and one. Tiernan Potacik. Boy, he just took the skin off the potato there and put it right into Teal on the bottom basket there on the block. And boy, what a lot of people did not see there, Adam Teal holding the defender on his backside, having the seal, and making that a great angle for Tiernan to get the ball in.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about early on, is just the way we're sharing the ball. We're not forcing anything. We're seeing it. We're playing with our heads up, and we're executing.
And one opportunity, can't get it to go, but Kerr gets the rebound off the missed free throw. Southeast continues to have it. Out to Potacik for 3. Hard off the rim on the right-hand side. Rebound Espinoza. So Southeast gets 2. It could have been more, but they come away with a 12-point lead. It's the second time they've led by 12 here in this game. It's also good, Kev, to see Southeast of Saline get a couple of buckets to start the third quarter here.
Yeah.
Espinoza picks the ball up off the deck, turns around, and scores.
And that's why right there, because Lyons is so good. Like, they've got a couple of guys that can get buckets kind of when they want to and when they put their head down. So it's good for us just to kind of stay paced, right? A couple buckets here, a couple buckets there.
Jacobson, top of the key, three. He's wide open, and he knocks it down. Gannon Jacobson has 7.
And those timely threes like that, you sprinkle those in, and I mean, your quarters look better and better and better.
Southeast just went through such a drought. Here's a poke and a steal. Jacobson takes it away, throws it up the floor to Kerr, and Kerr stripped from behind again, but they will have it out of bounds to inbound underneath their own baseline. Remember last time this happened, they scored. And a 30-second timeout by Lyons. They need one. We'll keep it right here. Remind you, Southeast of Saline basketball is brought to you by Kansas Bankers Technologies, a technical consulting. They help us every single game day get connected to you and bring you the radio broadcast here on KINA and also live stream video on SalinaPost.com. It's presented tonight by LilyPad Septic Service. So good to see Southeast get those quick points coming out of the locker room because they went through a pretty big drought there in the second quarter where we were halfway through the quarter and they only mustered 3 points after scoring 26 in the first.
Yeah, and it's kind of the way we started the game, right? We hit a few shots and really got everything rolling and going in a really good pace, and offensively we were moving the ball really well. And I think when this team gets stagnant and we go through those quarters, we make our offense look so hard. Right, we don't share the ball very well. We don't move it side to side. We just settle for, well, there's a shot, I'll go ahead and take it, instead of really, finding that easier shot.
Jacobson set to inbound. He's going to throw it to an open space in the floor. He had to get rid of it down there, and it's going to be a takeaway by Lyons. Missed opportunity there for Southeast of Saline. Here's Espinoza now all the way to the cup, and he scores again. Paco Espinoza with both the Lions baskets here in this third period. Jacobson thought about a three. Now he tries to drive, almost runs into Adam Teal, has to pick the ball up off the deck. Teal is going to help out, though, as all from assistants say, I'm sorry to get in your way, buddy. Let me help you out. He gets the rebound, and you see Adam right there say, my bad. He made up for it, though, in a big way.
Said, hey, man, my spacing wasn't good. let me help you out.
That is hilarious. I love when stuff like that happens. Adam's free throw off the mark, and he can't complete the three-point play. He's got a couple of good shots here where he got fouled on, but just can't get that free throw to go down. That foul was the first one on Montanez for Lyons. 48-35, back to a Baker's dozen lead here for Southeast of Saline. Lyons trying to work it around the perimeter here. Now they throw a bullet inside to Tegan Link. His turnaround shot, in and out, nope, falls in. Boy, Tegan Link with 15. That was a great shot. He had a big second quarter.
And that's a tough shot, so you can live with that, right? Adam understands that he's got 3 fouls. He can't be real aggressive on that. So what's he do? He just holds his ground, and Link's got to do a fadeaway jumper. You got to tip your cap to him. He's a good basketball player.
Tegan Link now a heady play on Southeast of Saline's offensive end as he saves a basketball off the leg of one of the Southeast players. 48-37, Southeast leading here on the road. Link with it in the keyhole. Little two-hand, underhand pass. Out to the streaker coming by. Here's Espinoza now driving and scoring. Boy, he's tough off the bounce. You don't see a lot of guys in small school, high school basketball that can score off the dribble like he can.
Yeah, and the thing is we haven't figured out how to stop him, one, because every time he gets the ball, he just goes.
Here's Potacek down low. He got fed by Kerr as Isaiah Kerr drops the dime on Tiernan Potacek. 10 points now for TP. 50-39, 4:24 left to go here in the third. There's Espinoza. Inadvertently might have got slapped in the face there by Jacobson. He's going to shoot the basketball, and it's an air ball. Espinoza looking at the ref, wanting a foul.
And that's funny because he airballed it, and then he looked at the foul like, hey, or the ref like, hey, where's my foul call at? Like,
Espinoza kind of laughing about it now. I don't know if the officials, well, obviously they didn't see it, but I think Jacobson took a swipe at the ball and kind of smacked him across the forehead there inadvertently. Lions will get it back, though, after the empty possession by Southeast. Skip pass over the top of the defense. Lands in the corner to Stanley. His shot is up no good, and now a rebounding foul will be called here on Lions as Southeast of Saline will have it back the other way. Kane Sawyers, Tristan Swank come off the bench. They will interject themselves into this game and give a big salute to Adam Teal, who will come out of this game with 3:47 left to go in the third, still sitting on the 3 fouls that he got in the first quarter. He has not picked up his 4th. That's a big deal.
That's a huge deal because, the way that they called the game, like we talked, like it has changed a little bit. They're letting them play a little bit more here in the second half.
Here's Potocnik with it, got bumped from behind just as you were saying that. And Lyons comes away with it. A traveling violation that goes uncalled there as Quinique Hamilton bobbled the basketball and took extra steps, and now a foul will be called on Lyons. Hamilton ends up with the foul. And it's his second. Southeast of Saline will get the basketball back. Lyons hired a football coach this week, so curious to see how that progress will go in rebuilding that program. They will be on the schedule the next 2 seasons for Southeast of Saline during the football season, so we will get a bird's eye view of that. Here's Potocnik. Whoa, look at that. Going into the chest of the defender, hanging and scoring for his 10th point of the night.
Man, he's looked so good tonight. It's like the old Tyrann in his back, and it's like he's found his legs and his rhythm, and he's not settling, and that's the biggest thing for him. He's just not settling. He's going into attack mode.
It's almost as if somebody has freed him up, right? And he's not playing with the pressure of the team on his shoulders. Here's a three-pointer by Tegan Link. That is up and good. And you're right. Potocnik has been electric here tonight.
And I think that's part of the problem is that sometimes we just start pressing as players, right? We start forcing the action when we really don't need to, but we feel like we've got to force something to go.
They're going to call a moving screen here. Maybe just kind of chipping those hips out a little bit was Tristan Swank. He knocked down a Lions defender, and it'll be a foul on Swank. His second foul and a turnover for Southeast of Saline will be their 5th of the game. 10-point advantage here for Southeast. Lions will get the basketball back. 2.5 minutes left to go in the third. With the basketball up top, Stanley has it, guarded by Kerr. Now they get rid of it to Montanez. Here's Link, short corner jumper, overshot it, lands in the lap of Kerr. Here comes Isaiah. 2:13 left to go. Across the timeline, Isaiah to the middle. Now he'll hand it off to Potocnik. Tiernan gets through a couple of defenders, now plays it out to Hendricks Lund. Back to Potocnik. Big step, loses the defender. Off the window, hits the back of the rim. That won't go down. And the rebound for Lyons and Tegan Link as we go inside 2 minutes left to play here in the third. Here's another shot up by Lyons in transition. That's no good. And a bench warning will go against Lyons. And now the Lions head coach and the official in close proximity. I'm not sure if I'm Coach Reyes, I would get that close to an official after getting a bench warning here. I mean, he walked right up to him.
And I get he's upset on that last play, but for me, the contact was created by his own guard, right? So when your own guard drops his shoulder, like, I don't know what you want him to call.
I have no idea what Francis Flax just said to the other official, but those two were laughing their heads off over here.
But he's already had a bench warning, so this is the second time. Like, how do you give 2?
Yeah, you don't get 2.
Yeah.
And the other official's going to come in now. Coach Reyes is in there saying he asked a question. Yeah, you don't.
Yeah.
And that's a newer rule in high school basketball. You get a bench warning instead of a technical right out of the gate, just to kind of, in my eyes, this is my opinion only, to take out the overreaction of a first technical. Mm-hmm. He got his bench warning. As we said, he walked, I mean, he looked like he was going to walk right through the official, and those two were pretty close to each other. Taron Potocnik now to the free throw line. He missed the first technical free throw. Got the second one to go down. So Southeast of Saline already had the basketball, so gross gain here for Southeast of Saline is going to be a free throw. They already had possession. An 11-point lead here for the Trojans. And, of course, after you get one technical, you have to sit down. You can no longer stand up on your bench.
Yeah, I used to hate that rule in the MIYB.
It was tough.
It's so hard to sit down.
Here's Potocnik with it. Little bump out up top. He's going to drive and hand off to Jacobson, who's back into the game. Jacobson came in during that break for the technical. Here's Potocnik with it. Now back out to Jacobson. He'll fire left to Kerr. Back out to Tiernan. Now to Tristan Swank. Swank wants to pull the baseline jumper from the baseline. That's no good. Jacobson went up for the tip and was knocked to the ground It was one of those where Gannon elevated, tried to tip it without bringing it back down, and he was knocked to the floor, and Gannon Jacobson will go to the free throw line.
Going to the line, shooting 2 free throws, 0, Gannon Jacobson.
53-42. Jacobson to the stripe. Second foul on Montanez for Lyons. That is their 5th team foul. And Gannon's first free throw is up and good. 4 points in the quarter for Gannon Jacobson. He has 8 for the game. The senior studies the second one and got that one to go as well. 2 free throws for Gannon Jacobson. This is his 6th game back from injury. Here's Espinoza. He'll dribble into the chest of Tristan Swank, turn around on a fadeaway shot and miss it. No good. Here comes Southeast back the other way. Jacobson one-hands it, now passes it across the paint to Swank, and Swank goes all the way to the cup. Scored the basket, but they're going to wave it off. It's an offensive foul on a moving screen. Looks like they're going to get Kane Sawyers for his first foul of the night, and it's the 6th turnover for Southeast of Saline. It comes with 1:04 remaining here in the third quarter. So third quarter, the Southeast of Saline leads 55-42 with a minute left to go. Lions with it now. They attack the left-hand side. Swank there defensively to shut up the ball handler. Now it's a Teagan Link for a 3. That's no good. Look at Tiernan Potacik out-jump everybody in the gym. Now a full-court pass up the floor to Jacobson, and he scores. Tiernan Potacik to Gannon Jacobson for 2. Couple of quarterbacks showing off there, Kev.
Yep, one to another.
Now a three-pointer that is up and a foul called on Southeast of Saline. We're going to call the foul on Kane Sawyers. Actually, they're going to call it a 2-shot foul. 2-shot foul. Must have had a toe on the line. So Anthony Ventura will go to the stripe. First free throw is up and it's good. I was going to say, if that was a 3-shot foul, that'd be 3 games in a row that we've had that happen. Yeah. We had it happen in the girls' game earlier tonight. Yeah. Second free throw. Missed that one off the front of the rim. Sawyers will get the rebound. 33 seconds left to play here in the third. 57-43.
And if you're Southeast in this situation, right, you want this to be the last shot, right? You don't want to give them another opportunity.
Yeah, of course. Shot clock not being used.
Yeah.
Take it down. Here's a bounce pass inside to Swank. Goes to Jacobson. Jacobson was coming by. Those two had trouble on the exchange, and Gannon lost it out of bounds. And it'll be a turnover for Southeast of Saline. Their 7th. They've had 4 turnovers here in this third quarter. 13 seconds left to play here in the third. See if Southeast can protect their 14-point lead here on this last possession. With it, Stanley. Comes across the line, shadowed by Potacik. Moving screen up top by Link. They let that one go. Now Link, a big fadeaway on the right-hand side is no good. Sawyers gets the rebound. Now Potacik from half court. And it goes off the hard backboard. You always got to hold your breath when Tiernan takes those shots. We've seen him do it before, but that one misses, and we will go to the fourth quarter. 57-43 our score. Southeast of Saline leading it. Fourth and final quarter coming up, and it's brought to you by Lily Pad Septic Service.
It's that time of year again. Beautiful snow and ice. But if that's not what you want on your sidewalk or driveway, Sage's fast-acting snowplow ice melt with anti-tracking technology and liquefier is what you need. Safe on vegetation and works at sub-zero temperatures. Plus, it's the best ice melt out there. So this year, don't be caught off guard when the snow and ice starts falling. Call Sage Products at 309-1919 or visit us at sageselects.com.
The recent storm could have done a real number on your roof, but how would you know? Is your home vulnerable to future damage? Call Bryson Flax at Ryan Roofing today. An in-person roof inspection is necessary to evaluate damage. Rely on Bryson to perform a free roof assessment. Inspect, assess, and resolve. Protect your home and make sure your insurance policy provides the coverage you deserve. Roofs, windows, siding, and gutters on your home or business. Call Bryson Flax at Ryan Roofing, always supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
You're listening to Southeast Trojan Hoops on KINA.
57-43 our score. 8 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter. Just getting started here with the fourth quarter. Right now, Hendricks Lund has 15. Tiernan Potacik with 15 for Southeast of Saline. Teagan Link has 18. Paco Espinoza 16 for Lyons as we enter the fourth and final quarter. Southeast will start out with the basketball. Kerr down low to Jacobson, who's down on the block. Gannon turns and lost the basketball out of bounds. Boy, they have a mismatch there, don't they, Kev?
Yeah.
And that time Gannon just couldn't take advantage of it, but mental note taken. That is a big, big mismatch for Southeast.
Yeah, and if that's what they're going to go to, we've got to keep exploiting it, right? We may not have gotten it there, but keep going to that.
Well, the lineup on the floor right now for Southeast of Saline almost baits Lyons into that coverage because they have a lot of big guys on the floor.
Yep.
Here's a three-pointer by Lyons. It hits the shot clock that's not being used, and it's out of bounds going back the other way. I say that now you have Swank, who can play down low. Also Teal, who plays down low. Now you put Jacobson, who's playing down low. And you have three guards, smaller guards on the floor. Somebody has to guard somebody when Southeast has the ball. And now we're going to get a moving screen. What is this moving screen for? Is this on Jacobson?
Yep.
Nope. They call it on Hendricks Lund. I was going to say, Gannon didn't even make contact with anybody. I didn't see what Hendricks Lund did there, but it says second foul.
I didn't either. I just saw Gannon go over to Hendricks and explain to him, hey, listen, you've got to wait. You got to be patient.
Yeah. Communication there for Southeast of Saline as they turn it over here on their first two possessions of the fourth. Here's a shot put up. That's no good. Swank fighting for the rebound. It squirts out. Ends up out deep with Detrell Stanley top of the key, and he hits the three. Boy, that's always the problem. One of the easiest three-pointers to take is off an offensive rebound, and Stanley made Southeast pay there.
And that's the thing for us. We can't fall asleep. We've got to go get rebounds. This is how we got this lead. We've got to continue to do the things that, we've been doing the first three quarters.
Jacobson, little pick and roll between him and Adam Teal. Teal gets buried underneath the backboard and cannot get the shot. Boy, he was in a no-man's land there. Now Espinoza all the way to the other end. Stopped by Swank. Tristan got a piece of the basketball and then took it away. Here comes Southeast back to the other end. Jacobson with it. He'll skip across the defense to Swank. Tristan, 18-footer, buried it. Tristan Swank, his first basket of the night.
And that's one of those shots where you're saying no, 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 and then yes, 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 because in that situation I just felt like it was a little bit too early to go to that shot.
I have learned to not doubt Tristan Swank on those baseline jumpers, though.
Yeah.
Some guys just take that and make it their thing. I think that's what Tristan's done with that baseline shot. He seems really comfortable taking it. 59-46 now. Back to a 13-point lead, and Lyons throws out they're going to say Southeast tipped it. Francis Flax was already calling an offensive play, maybe looking down the bench at Kane Sawyers. He turns around and says, what happened?
The player touched the ball. There's nobody else past the player.
I was getting ready to call it an unforced turnover.
Yeah.
But here's Espinoza down low, open on the backside of the rim, and he scores. That's a good inbounds play by the Lions. 18 points now for Espinoza. 5:45 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Jacobson with it. Now Teal on the right-hand side. You almost wonder mentally if you're Southeast of Saline, what do you want to do? Your offense has looked as good as what it's looked probably all season long, but you also have a big lead with no shot clock. I tell you what, you go inside to Gannon Jacobson, right?
Yep. And that's the thing. We talked about that mismatch, and I don't want to see Southeast slow down and milk the clock, right? I want them to continue to stay in attack mode. Find the mismatch, and let's go attack.
Here comes Southeast of Saline after the quick trigger. Tegan Link tried a three. That came up unanswered. Now Hendricks Lund will try a three. That's also missed. Link with the rebound as we approach the 5-minute mark. 61-48. Here's Link with it on the left-hand side. Scores the left-handed layup, and he's fouled. Tegan Link has 20 as he steps to the free throw line to try to make it a three-point play, and the foul called on Adam Teal is his fourth. He played 2 full quarters and finally got his fourth foul here with 5:02 left to go. He had 3 fouls in the first. Link makes the free throw. 21 points. 10-point advantage now. This lead cut to 10. Southeast leading at 61-51. 4:54 left to go. Kerr has it on the left-hand side. He'll bounce it in to Jacobson. Again with that mismatch, they double-team him. He'll play it out to Hendricks Lund. That's no good. Big rebound on the backside by Anthony Ventura for the Lions.
And one thing I would tell you right now, Devin, if I'm watching at home, if I'm Southeast, I'm not going to start the action at the three-point line. I'm going to make somebody come out and get me further than the three-point line. And if they don't, then they don't.
Here's Espinoza with a drive. He bangs right into a Southeast defender. The ball goes in off the window and a foul called. Lyons has a chance here to go back-to-back 3-point plays. This foul called on Tiernan Patacic is his second. So Espinoza will go to the line and try to get a 3-point play. He has 20. Free throw misses. Kerr with the rebound. Cross-court pass. Jacobson to Lund. Hendricks to the cup. Got it to go. Hendricks Lund with a big 2 there off the assist from Gannon Jacobson and a full timeout. 4:23 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Southeast of Saline back up by 10 as we step away here on KINA.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
At Maury Clinic Sports Medicine, we are available when you need us most. I'm Dr. Andrew Westbrook, and I am the sports medicine physician at Maury Clinic. I see patients of all ages and help them come back stronger than ever. From broken bones to joint pain, my team and I are committed to help you do more. For those with sports injuries, come see us at our sports medicine walk-in clinic Monday and Thursday mornings from 8 to 9 a.m. Prevent, recover, and strengthen so you can perform your best. Maury Clinic Sports Medicine. Make your move with confidence.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline basketball on KINA.
Trojan basketball here in Lyons, brought to you by Lily Pad Septic Service and Portable Restrooms. Servicing not only Salina, but also the Lyons area from their office in Hutchinson. 63-53 out of the full timeout. Let's see what Southeast of Saline has up their sleeve strategy-wise here. 4:13 left to go. Right now playing defense are the Trojans. The Lions have had 2 chances at 3-point plays their last 2 times down the floor. Espinoza maybe wanting the 3. Now he's going to give it up after he tracked in a lot of defense, and an open 3 that is drilled by Detrell Stanley. Stanley, 2 threes here in this fourth quarter. He has 3 for the game on 9 points.
And Espinoza pulls so many people towards him, right? We overreact and double down on him and leave a wide open shooter.
Yeah, that's a big shot. You go from being down by 10, now being down by 7. This game tightening up. Again, these 2 teams went to overtime in their first meeting of the season at Southeast of Saline. Southeast may be running clock here. They've taken the clock down to 3.5 minutes left to go. Here's Patacic with it. He'll bounce it up the paint. It says Tristan Swank. It's taken away. Swank lost it. Down the floor. Layup. Good. Quanique Hamilton gets his first bucket of the night. It's 5-point game.
And Tristan's got to understand, right? He's going into a bunch of people. He's going into the heart of the defense. He's got to be able to take care of that ball, and the ball can't be down low. It's got to be up high.
Down low now. Sawyers has it. He's being double-teamed. Out to Kerr. Lyons is playing man-to-man. They have Tegan Link, though, just kind of hanging out underneath the basket right now, ready to double-team. He does so on Sawyers. Now to Patacic, who puts one up off the window hard. That's no good. Swank battling for the rebound. Can't get it to go. Here comes Lyons back the other way. It's a 2-on-1, and Isaiah Kerr breaks it up and lets his team come back to help him out. What a defensive play that was by Isaiah Kerr. He was left on an island there, Kevin. He took care of business.
Yep. And that's a huge one because it was a free layup there.
And now a timeout will be called here by Lyons. It's a full timeout. We will step aside. Things have tightened up a bit here since our last break. 2:44 left to go. 63-58. Southeast leads it by 5.
When the time comes to honor a life, Hire Scott Mortuary in Salina is here with care, compassion, and guidance every step of the way. Celebrate memories, cherish family, and find comfort in tradition. Hire Scott Mortuary, celebrating life, embracing legacy.
During the winter months, we all rack up a lot of miles, especially following the SES basketball and wrestling teams. Isaacson Truckline is a proud supporter of the Southeast Trojans and wants to remind everyone to be safe on the roads this season. For local and long-haul service of freight and livestock, call Isaacson Truckline.
Whether on the field, court, or in the operating room, experience matters.
A coach loves an experienced team just like a patient values an experienced doctor. Salina Ortho has ABOS board-certified physicians with over 40 years of orthopedic service. If you need help staying active or just want to discuss options regarding the newest techniques and services and specialties that Salina Ortho provides, see one of our trusted physicians or visit salinaortho.com. Salina Ortho, your voice, your choice, past, present, and future.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
2:44 left to go here at Lyons. Southeast of Saline leading 63-58. Lyons has the basketball on their own baseline. See what they have out of the timeout here by head coach Zuriel Reyes. There's a drive. Tegan Link blocked from behind, and Adam Teal is going to get called for his 5th foul. I think. Could be underneath on the body. Let's see. It is Adam Teal.
15, Adam Teal.
So Adam will foul out.
5 fouls on Adam.
12 points.
Shooting 2, number 10, Tegan Link.
They will have to come to the bench. Kane Sawyers will check in.
Adam is number 1, Kane Sawyer for the Trojans.
To the free throw line, Tegan Link will shoot 2. That's the 4th team foul on Southeast of Saline, so they are at their limit from here on out. Link, the leading scorer for Lyons, has 21 points. First free throw is up and good. He's also missed only 1 free throw tonight. He's 5 of 6. Tegan's second free throw. That one rolls in as well. Down to a 3-point game.
And I think for us, right, we just got to take a deep breath and just start running our offense, right? Run your offense. Make them come out and get you. Find the mismatch. We've got one down low still, and that's a foul all day long.
Yep. And that's the thing right now for Lyons. Not playing with a shot clock. Southeast of Saline can kind of hold that basketball as long as they take care of it. I know it's a one-possession game and things are awfully tight, but Lyons hadn't committed a foul yet, or at least been called for one in the 4th quarter, so they have a couple of fouls to give. Detrell Stanley commits that one. First team foul. Here's Jacobson. Gets in the paint, plays it back out to Kerr. Now Gannon Jacobson gets it back. Tiernan Potacek with it. Boy, Detrell Stanley is all over him. Now Sawyers has the basketball. Lost it, but he saves it before it goes into the backcourt. Hendricks Lund spun off Espinoza. Now Espinoza back on defense. Kerr comes out towards the middle of the court. And a foul will be called here on Stanley. Stanley understands the situation right now. Yeah. He understands coming into this possession series, he had 0 fouls, and he is either going to get a steal or a foul. He is being super aggressive.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing is this is when you can kind of be that way, right? You know, listen, make the ref call a foul, right? Or you go get a steal.
Under 2 minutes left to go. Southeast throws it into the backcourt. Isaiah Kerr will have it there. He's guarded by Anthony Ventura. Now to Potacek, who has Stanley on him again. Stanley reaching around. Now all of a sudden he has 3 fouls. I'm not sure if you wanted to draw this up for Coach Reyes and Lyons. You'd want your guard to get 3 fouls that quickly. You want to spread them out more than that, but that's where we're at right now. And all 3 team fouls here in the quarter have gone against Detrell Stanley on this defensive possession.
And he's been the most aggressive, right? So the thing is, okay, so do we have to switch on something? Where are we going to go with this? Because to me, we got to keep running clock here, run our weave up top, and make them come get us.
Clock down to 1:45 left to go here in the 4th quarter. Still a 3-point Southeast lead. They go down low to Jacobson. Jacobson turns, tries to score in a double team, and he's fouled. Gannon Jacobson will go to the free throw line. And that's, you and I were talking about it off the air during a timeout. Boy, you just run offense until you can get Jacobson in one of those mismatches because Lyons keep switching defensively, and that's what Southeast was able to do there.
And think about this, right? We were able to use about a minute and 15, minute and 20 off the clock, and we got exactly what we wanted, one of our better free throw shooters at the line.
Gannon Jacobson makes the first free throw. 14 points for Gannon. It's a season high for him. Chance to make it 5, and he leaves it off the heel, no good. Rebound taken in by Montanez. Jacobson came in and tried to get it back. You don't want to commit a foul right now if you're Southeast. Both teams at the limit with 4 team fouls. 1:25 left to go. Stanley with it. He'll play it out. Espinoza for 3. Off the front of the rim, can't get it to go. Lund with the rebound. Spins off a defender, comes out of the pack, still has it. Now over to Potacek. Tiernan all the way to the cup, puts a floater up. That's no good. And the rebound being swatted around ends up being secured by Espinoza.
And that's
64-60.
And that's one of those things where you know it's not a wide open shot, so you have to pull that back and start running offense.
Espinoza unleashes a three. That's no good. Potacek with the rebound. He's in a double team. He's going to be knocked to the ground by Tegan Link, who knew they had to commit a foul there. Tegan will take his second foul, and Tiernan Potacek will go to the free throw line.
And what I've always said, even coaching, right? If it's wide open, you take it. You never not take points that are wide open. But if there's an obstacle there, we've got to pull out and now run clock.
Yep. 64-60. Potacek has a chance to extend this lead. 2 fouls now on Tegan Link. That was the 5th foul on Lyons. 55 seconds left to go. First free throw by Tiernan is up and swishes through. 16 points tonight for Tiernan Potacek. If there is a dual possession that needs to be called, it is in the favor of Lyons right now. Tiernan makes the second free throw. 66-60. Still a 2-possession game, but that pushes it out a little further. Now a timeout called for Lyons. We'll step aside as well. We'll be back to close it out after this. 51 seconds left to go. Southeast leads it by 6 on KINA.
Whether on the field, court, or in the operating room, experience matters. A coach loves an experienced team just like a patient values an experienced doctor. Salina Ortho has ABOS board-certified physicians with over 40 years of orthopedic service. If you need help staying active or just want to discuss options regarding the newest techniques and services and specialties that Salina Ortho provides, see one of our trusted physicians or visit salinaortho.com. Salina Ortho, your voice, your choice, past, present, and future.
Visit Suburban Appliance Center to see the Whirlpool washer with 2 ways to wash. This is the 2-in-1 removable agitator. This Whirlpool washer has flexible capacity. You can take the agitator out for bulky loads or keep it in for items of smaller loads. This opens up space in the wash tub and allows you to wash bulky items like comforters with no problems. Shop at Suburban Appliance Center and get twice the washer you have at home. Suburban Appliance Center. Quality service with every purchase. Located on South 9th next to Genesis Health Clubs.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Lyons band still here, pumping out the tunes for us here at Lyons High School. Crunch time here for the boys game. 51 seconds left to go. It's a 6-point Southeast of Saline lead, 66-60. Lyons with the basketball. They will fade off to the left-hand side. Stanley with it. They try to go to Tegan Link. Gannon Jacobson gambles for the steal. Did not get it. They shoot an air ball. And Espinoza there to put it back in for Lyons. And now a warning breaking the barrier there against Lyons. Basically, when Southeast took the ball out, they were reaching over the invisible plane there. Think of it like an end zone in football. You can't reach across at the inbounder. You got to play straight out even with your body. So the warning there. The next one will be a technical foul. Jacobson gets it in to Potacek. Up the sideline to Hendricks Lund. He plays it cross court to Jacobson. 34 seconds left to go. Here's Potacek with it again. Potacek trying to shield off 3 defenders. Now he gets Jacobson in the middle of the floor. Over to Kerr on the right-hand side. 24 seconds left, and Isaiah Kerr is fouled. He will go to the free throw line. That was a good job by Southeast, kind of dodging those bullets, so to speak, and making sure they didn't turn the basketball over and took the foul. Detrell Stanley, his 4th.
At the line, shooting free throws, Isaiah Kerr, number 5.
And I think, it's easier said than done, but it's at this point in time, it's take care of the ball and make free throws, right?
Isaiah Kerr misses the first one there. He has 6. Hit 2 threes in the first quarter. A big offensive quarter for Southeast. He scored 26 points in the opening quarter. Second free throw by Kerr. Got that one after missing the first. He has 7, and that extends the Southeast of Saline lead to 5. 23.5 seconds left to go. Southeast of Saline basketball brought to you by the SES Booster Club. Also, Messenger Total Promotions, outfitting the sports team for Southeast of Saline and other sports around the area as we call games of the week. Also, Southeast of Saline, Sacred Heart basketball as well. Should be an eventful postseason. I'm looking forward to the brackets coming out and seeing what we have on tap next week. It's going to be wild. We talked about the 2A boys earlier with Sacred Heart, Sterling, El Saline, Bennington in the mix. That's going to be fun. But, boy, the 3A girls is just – you look at the teams in there that are good, and it is a crazy, crazy time for tournament play. It should be a fun week next week.
Well, and, as Southeast fans, which I am, right, I got a lot invested. Like, this is probably their best game to date, right? This is their most complete game. Can they go finish the door and go into postseason with a little bit of momentum?
Yeah, it'd be 2 wins in a row. Here's Link with a 3 that rims off no good. Isaiah Kerr there to grab the rebound, plays it to Jacobson. Gannon in the corner now trying to fight off Lyons, and he does. And Gannon now will come to the other end and shoot free throws with 9 seconds left to go. That is the just razor's edge difference of if that 3 goes down, it's a 2-point game, but it doesn't. Isaiah Kerr cleans it up, gets it to Gannon, who takes the foul, and now Southeast in control.
Yeah, and it's good to see because, like you said, I feel like we've done a lot of really good things that we haven't done all year, and so if you're going to take that momentum, the best time to take the momentum in the postseason is after winning a couple of games in a row and you start feeling pretty good about the things that you've been doing, and now maybe we can take that next step and go beat somebody really good.
Jacobson makes the first free throw. Second one on the way, misses. That's not bad. It's going to take up a few more seconds. Espinoza with the rebound. Out now to Stanley. He'll shoot the 3, and it goes in. So Detrell Stanley gets his third 3 of the fourth quarter and makes us a 3-point game with 0.6 of a second left. Remember the game that ended in overtime at Southeast of Saline? It was a 5-point Southeast lead. Paco Espinoza hit a 3 at the buzzer to make it a 2-point game and closer to what it was. This one, though, still has some juice to it. There's still 0.6 of a second. Nope, they're going to put 2.6. They put 2 seconds on the clock, so 2.6 on the clock. Southeast still has some work to do to close this one out. And I'm with you, Kevin. I mean, you got to win this game if you're Southeast of Saline. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but so many good things have happened in the last 2 games for Southeast. You end up dropping this one after having a 15-point lead. All of a sudden, it's just kind of like wah-wah, and things aren't good. You got to get out here with a win and then see what happens next week.
Well, you just start believing, right? You get a big win like this on the road. You've played so well. You just start believing in what, everybody's selling over there, right?
Yep.
So you play this well and to potentially lose, then you really start questioning a lot of things like, man, that's the best we had. That's probably the best we're going to play, and we can't get a win. And this Lions team is no slouch, right? They got some good players on this team, and they're well coached. I mean, this is a good team too, right? And I'm not taking anything away from them when I say potentially go into the postseason and beat somebody, because we're going to play some tough teams, from the top tier teams in 3A moving forward.
Southeast is going to put everybody out of bounds on the baseline here. This is out of the deep bag of Francis Flax. They have 3 timeouts remaining. Basically, this is a football route. Tiernan Potacek runs the button hook. Quarterback Gannon Jacobson gets him the ball, and they get fouled. I love it. I love it.
Well, why wouldn't it be? Right? Why wouldn't you put out, 4 wide receivers with Gannon with the ball, right? Doesn't it make sense?
And you go to the slot receiver. There's Potacek wide
right.
open. He pushed the defensive back down the field and came back. Coach Gebhardt would have loved that play.
I mean, listen, we could see that next year. He may end up, putting that in next year.
Here's the free throw by Potacek, is up and good. Second one, got them both. So Tiernan putting the cap on this one, a 5-point advantage for Southeast, and they score 70 points on their way to a 70-65 win. Southeast of Saline has now won back-to-back games here this week as they were able to get by Ellsworth on Tuesday. Then they come in here and they beat Lyons for the season sweep of both schools here this season. 7-14 now. The season record for Southeast of Saline. They will drop Lyons down to 8-13. 70-65 the victory. Southeast of Saline gets it. Post-game coming up next. We'll have final numbers for you. Also have a Vernon Jewelers Gym of the Game and a conversation with head coach Francis Flax. It's all coming up here after a 2-minute timeout. 70-65. Southeast wins it on KINA.
Winter travel can be treacherous if your tires are worn out. Stay safe with an inspection at Commercial Tire Company. Cold weather also drops the inflation in your tires. Get them checked today to avoid losing grip or damaging your tires. Commercial Tire will help keep you safe. For repairs that aren't tire related, our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th, Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
February is the month of love, and at Vernon Jewelers in Salina, we've been helping families mark life's milestones for generations. Right now, we have items up to 30% off with gifts starting under $100. From diamond jewelry and watches to custom designs and expert repairs, Our experienced team is here to help. Follow Vernon Jewelers on Facebook and Instagram for daily specials and look for the iconic downtown sign, serving you for 142 years because we're not old, we're just really good at what we do.
Time now for the Trojan postgame show on KINA. Stick around for the game recap, final stats, and reaction from the coach. This is Trojan basketball on KINA.
Back here at Lyons High School, postgame brought to you by Commercial Tire Centers. 70-65, our final score. It's the last game of the regular season, and boy, a big week here for southeast of Saline. You're able to sweep Ellsworth for the season. You're able to sweep Lyons for the season, and a ton of momentum right now for both the girls and the boys for southeast of Saline to get those brackets in their hands tomorrow, see what's on tap next week, and then go see what you can do. We know for the boys it's going to be a road game coming up next week on Thursday, I believe. But now you got some momentum, right? You don't know what Sub-State's going to bring. You could be shipped off somewhere where you don't know the competition. You don't know what kind of teams they've played throughout the year. We know what kind of league the NCAA is. When you play the Sacred Hearts, you play the Beloits, you play teams like that throughout the season. Even this Lions team, I've said it all season long, I have a ton of respect for them, and this is a big, big win for Southeast here on the road.
Yeah, absolutely, Devin. And the thing is this is what we've been looking for, right? This is what we've kind of been talking about. Can we put the pieces together? And tonight I felt like we just kind of put all the pieces together. And so whether it's Adam Till down low, whether it's Tiernan getting going early, Isaiah, we thought that maybe Isaiah was going to end up with 30 points the way he started this game.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, then he goes the whole way, with one free throw the rest of the way. And so, but it was everybody else doing their thing, right? It was everybody else like, hey, I'm not scoring, but I'm going to go grab those rebounds. We're going to get out and run fast breaks. And that's the one thing that I've noticed these last two games. We've really gotten out and tried to run teams more and more and more.
Victory for Southeast of Saline, their 7th on the season. Coach Flax will come join us now, but Tiernan Potachik tonight, 19 points for him. Gannon Jacobson with a new season high. Gannon tonight scores 15. Also 12 points for Adam Teal, 17 for Hendricks Lund, and 7 points for Isaiah Kerr, 2 points for Tristan Swank. And boy, Coach, this was a great team effort. You and I talked about team effort after Ellsworth on Tuesday. I think this is another one of those games. 26 points in the first quarter. You guys came out. Just seemed like everything was clicking offensively. How'd you feel about that first quarter? You played inside out really effectively for the first time this season, I think.
Well, the only thing we did in practice yesterday was work against their zone. And we hit shots when they weren't guarding us very well. No, total team effort. Man, we got contributions from everybody. Some a little more than others. I hated to see Adam get in foul trouble because I think he would have made it easier for us down the stretch. But that's the breaks of the game. And, we're battling a lot of illness, but these guys are hanging in there. Adam, he's probably about 70%, and Tiernan's not 100%. Those guys, I sent them home from practice on Monday or whatever day. What day do we play?
Played on Tuesday.
Tuesday, I sent them home Wednesday.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they didn't practice Wednesday, so. But the best thing we did down the stretch was rebounded the basketball.
Yeah.
They got one shot, and they were done. And we got the rest of them. The reason we ran the weave so much tonight was because no shot clock.
Yep. Yeah.
So we're going to, when I knew that they're only going to play 6 or 7 guys, so that gives everybody a little break. We just run the weave, run a minute off the clock every possession. Well, it doesn't take too many possessions to get that clock down to where it needs to be. And we were strong down the stretch, even though we had a 14-point lead. I heard somebody say, well, they had a 14-point lead, tried to give it away. I told the boys, no, you didn't try to give it away. We just took some ill-advised shots in transition that we shouldn't have taken.
Yeah, and to add on to that, too, just my thoughts are we knew Lyons wouldn't go anywhere. I mean, we've seen this team before, and they can make some pushes at you. Let's go back to after the start of the first quarter. You kind of almost watched the second quarter with one eye open because It was, here we go again. Here's one of those scoring droughts. You're halfway through the quarter with 3 points, but you call a timeout, you get things back on track, you get a block shot down low, you're able to score on that, and then the machine starts rolling again. But you get out of that funk. You haven't been able to do that this year. Hendricks Lund hits a couple of threes. He got hot for you, and you were able to put some points up where you went from just 3 points to 13 points in the quarter.
Well, the reason I called the timeout is because I felt that we could get them on the high-low, and the very first play we did.
Yeah.
And so that was the reason I called that timeout. We had to get into something instead of a scramble mode. So, I just told the boys 7 wins better than 6 wins.
Yep.
And this is the time to win them.
Yeah, and there's some momentum right now going. I think Gannon Jacobson is settling in, and I think the guys are starting to play with him, knowing what he is going to do. We've seen him now a couple games in a row. He's starting a trend. He's poking out balls at the top of the key, getting uncontested layups going the other way. He's dropping almost probably double-digit assists every game, and the guys, I think, are starting to be refreshed on, I need to be ready for the ball at any given time because I might get it, and he might lead me into a layup.
Yeah, that's very true, and he causes a lot of havoc for the other team because they do not know what he's going to do with it. And, a couple times he got it in there tonight, and his foot wouldn't allow him to make the move that he wanted to make, and he fumbled the ball out of bounds right under the goal. Now, we're going to go into a game next Thursday night with a team that they have one post player, and everybody else around 5'11", 6 foot, 6'1". So he's going to be on that post once in a while in that game, too, because I'm sure the 6'6" guy will guard Adam,
And let's talk about that. You had a lineup out there tonight with Adam, with Gannon Jacobson, with Tristan Swank, where they had 3 little guards out there, and you were able to get that mismatch, too, down on the block because they were switching on defense, and you were one guy plus theirs on size-wise.
Right. And if you notice in the first half, we had the same thing with Hendricks.
Yeah.
But he didn't, and we told him at halftime, you're posted up on the block. You got a small guy on him, and all 4 of the other guys are standing around. I said, let us reverse the ball. You go to the other block. He's still going to be guarding you. The same guy's going to be guarding you.
Right.
You don't have to stand and wait and make them force it into you.
My favorite part of the game, let's talk about that last inbounds play. You put everybody on the baseline. Gannon Jacobson, your quarterback. Yep. You have Tiernan Potocik in the slot as a receiver. Runs a little comeback route, little stop route. Lost the DB. That was easy as pie, wasn't it?
Sure was.
I love it.
Sure was. This is a good win. That's all I can say.
I got a text here from Coach Gebhardt. He's putting it in. So, Coach, congratulations on the win. Of course, the brackets come out tomorrow. We will see you next week, my friend.
Thank you, guys.
Coach Francis Flax, head coach of the Southeast of Saline Trojans. Let's go over final scoring for you. I kind of previewed it there a little bit, but a big night offensively for Southeast of Saline. 70 points. Tiernan Potocik leading the way with 19. 17 for Hendricks Lund. 15 for Gannon Jacobson, his biggest offensive output of the season thus far. Adam Teal with 12, 7 for Isaiah Kerr, and 2 for Tristan Swank. The Lyons, they were led tonight. Tegan Link with 23, Paco Espinoza with 22, 12 points tonight for Detrell Stanley, 4 for Anthony Ventura, 2 for Quanique Hamilton, and 2 for Miguel Corona. Southeast of Saline, good free throw shooting tonight in the fourth quarter, 7 of 10 from the stripe when it mattered. They go 11 of 18 for the game. The Southeast of Saline had this game closed up within 3 points at one time. Lions just wouldn't go away, but they hang on for a 5-point victory. Southeast committed 10 turnovers, while Lions committed 8. So a big night and a big week for Southeast of Saline basketball. We now will wait with bated breath until the brackets come out and officially know what we're going to do next week. Southeast of Saline's boys will play on Thursday. They will be on the road. Southeast of Saline's girls will play on Friday. They will be at home. We'll have that action for you right here on KINA and also live stream video on SalinaPost.com. Southeast of Saline's boys win at 70-65. Southeast of Saline's ladies win at 63-24. KINA broadcast and also live stream video tonight brought to you by our friends at Lily Pad Septic Service, serving the region, not only Salina, but also the Lyons area from their office in Hutchinson. Lily Pad Septic Service. I want to thank the Leister family for helping us bring you Southeast of Saline Trojan basketball tonight. It was a clean sweep in Lyons. Don't forget about the scoreboard show coming up tonight, 10 until 11 o'clock. Eric Peterson will take you around the state of Kansas and get you ready for sub-state action coming up starting next week. For Nick Garst, producing and engineering back at Studio Central. Also, Brian Dennett on the cameras tonight, bringing you that video. Also, Tyler Smith, Kevin Lilly. My name's Devin Haney. I want to say thank you for joining us for Southeast of Saline Trojan basketball right here on KINA.